Pop, 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 pop. 20 seconds. Pop, pop, pop. 70. Oh. Jake.
Seriously?
There's no audio coming
I
through.
swear to God, dude. I do this every fucking time. Grody.
with me and Stanley
and Bionic
and
Bruh.
Jake.
Look at that. What a great intro.
Chapow.
That was on point, man. We did so well with that.
Fuck yeah, that's the way to do it right there. We don't need that countdown shit.
That's hilarious. I shared the audio and it didn't work.
What's going on, everybody? We're back. Happy Thanksgiving.
Out there in the indie circuit.
We haven't been back since before Thanksgiving, right?
I know. How was your Thanksgiving?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Hell yeah, dude. I enjoyed it. Lots of gravy, lots of turkey. Got back up to my winter weight of 180 pounds. That's where these jowls came from.
I don't even bother. Like, I'm just like, I don't even care. There's a point where you just don't care.
Right. But
my camera was mirrored. That's weird.
I guess we'll get right into it then, man, because I'm a little turd. I decided to go back and check out, stuff that I've backed, and I've backed quite a bit. I'm not bragging or anything, but then I started looking at what was unfulfilled, and that's when I started getting a little pissy. So, but it really sparked when I hear a lot of people talking about campaigns that haven't fulfilled in 5 years, 3 years, 4, 2, 6, whatever have you. And I was like, all right, well, some of these bitches have been running the campaigns of their own, and I want to see where they've been. What are they doing? How have they been doing with their fulfillment? So I'm going through and everything. I'm looking around, and lo and behold, I'll go ahead and bring up. Oh, Justin Soto's
What's
up in here.
Justin? What's he saying?
Due to climate change, I have decided to stay at winter weight all year long, just in case a day after tomorrow situation. Good call, man. You're gonna need that. You're gonna need that extra pounds.
Yeah, and you got to find a good mountain. In case of that situation, you can find the Ark and then break in like they did. Or was that other movie? Was that 2012? They're all kind of the same movie to me.
But when I came into the indie scene, it was around 2019, 2020, right? And my very first book that I backed, I'm not going to lie, it was Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet.
Hell yeah.
And, I got the book. I enjoyed the book. Art's excellent. Story's fun and exciting. And I like the different dynamics with the different characters. Then I backed one that a lot of people don't know about called Hexer Dusk. And
I've never heard of that one.
That was actually interesting. Like I've never heard of the creator, even in this circle or whatever. But
who's the creator?
Book. Huh?
Who's the creator?
That's a good question. Like I back books when they look good. I don't really care about the creator artist relationship.
It was up at the top. You scroll back up right at the top there. Jan
Duursema. Sure, whatever. Sci-fi action and galactic chaos as Hexer Zane Dusk fights alien creatures called the Weird. It was a cool looking book, so I backed it. But
did you ever get it?
Yeah, I got it. It's down here with the rest of my collection and everything. But
was it good?
It was all right. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't groundbreaking and great or whatever. But it was good. It was a good. It's let me know what to expect within the indie circuit, right? Because
sure, yeah. It's the second book you backed.
Yeah, it's the second book I backed. I was like, all right, so this is where my expectations lie. And
wait, does that make it the first book that you actually got? I know Wrecked Planet took a while to come out.
Wrecked Planet took a while. So Hexer Dusk was the first book that I got in the mail.
Okay, so this is the first experience.
Yeah, this is book that you backed that you got. I thought it was cool. You know, I got giddy when I got my first book from a creator. I thought that was awesome and everything. I was like, I really like this feeling, and I like learning about people's books and whatnot. This is, to me,
That is
this
a
is
cool
better.
feeling, man. When you start backing books and when you start getting books, right?
Right.
You're like, it's exciting. It's like, wow, this is really cool. I really like this. And there's very rarely do you get a book that is groundbreaking. It's like, holy
Yeah.
shit, this is good. Like
Yeah.
after years of backing, I've only gotten maybe 5 books that I've read and was like blown away. This is fucking what I'm talking about right
Right.
here. You know,
Yeah.
most of them are
100%.
just they're pretty cool. More than a few of them are okay.
Sure.
And it's all cool to like back and support and all that shit and watch them get
So,
better.
oh, of course. And I enjoy it. Like, I love the feeling of like putting money down for a book that I don't know when it'll come, but I'll know it'll fulfill. And then when I get it, I'm like, I don't remember who this creator is. What the fuck is this? I open it up. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Hector
Yeah.
Guth. It's Terra Limpus. It's Octopus Cowboy. It's you know, others like what was what was Luke Stone's books, the hybrids one. I think it was just called Hybrids. But yeah, 3 issues of Hybrids, and then has an extra supplemental in there called like Triple Play and stuff like that. And it's an awesome feeling to like not only help out these creators, but see what kind of weight they give to their stories, what kind of passion goes
Yeah.
in behind them and everything.
I'll say this. Back when I first started, which I was just looking at my list here, my first book that I backed was 2021. And I'll say this, the books that I was backing back then, not only did they feel like they had more hype behind them, right?
Sure.
Which might explain why I have been more reluctant to back books lately, on top of other things, but that's one of the reasons why I'm more reluctant to back books. But it's weird, man. When I first started getting into this, I was super freaking hyped. I was like, "This is awesome!" But when you get the product and you can tell the creator is just as hyped and excited about their product or their book, you know, and then they have all this cool tchotchkes and shit to go with it to really get you excited. Man, I was like, I'd get super pumped every time I got something.
100%.
That's another thing that's been kind of, it feels like a lot of the books lately have been lackluster, not just in storytelling, man, or maybe that's not right, but their presentation of their book, their excitement for their book, and then when you get the book and you're like, wow, I paid $30 for this thing, and I got the book and a trading card. I like helped spread the word to get this book over $50,000, and I'm not going to get the book at all. Like what the fuck? Because you weren't able to live off of the 50,000 for 5 years.
And we'll get to that one.
Yeah, we'll get to that one because that's when my eyes wide, fucking Darmok and Jalad, my eyes wide fucking open.
Yeah, exit light, enter night, buddy. But yeah, so I'm just getting all these books. I'm making my pledges. I'm backing books since 2020, and Battle Brick Road, Kozor, Replicator 3.
Ooh, yeah, Kozor. I remember that.
The Bonds and the Ace, Volume 1.
What was the Bonds about? I don't remember that one.
The Bonds was what's her name? I always get her mixed up with Amanda B. But she was a female creator, and the Bonds is kind of similar to Twilight with the werewolf pack and the hierarchy there and learning your place in your pack and everything. But the protagonist is a young teenage female, and things happen to her parents and whatnot. She's learning from a teacher or like an uncle or cousin or something like that. Anyway, but most of it is about things that happened before she got to this point, and it was a fun book. It's more manga than it is American comic book, like even with the style. But I enjoyed it. I liked how deep she was with the personalities of her characters and everything. But not a lot made the story move forward, but it gave a lot of what happened beforehand to make you invest in what might take place later on.
Okay, that's
So,
cool. I mean, that sounds cool. What was the first book you didn't get or you
the
haven't
first
gotten
book,
yet?
oh, dude, I think we all know which one's the first book I backed and did not get. That would be
Yeah, same here.
Fragaboom,
Yeah.
Black Flag.
So I was just looking up this book right here. This book was funded in 2020 and
Yep.
it met its goal in 3 minutes because of the hype, and it was so exciting. This is I thought this was the first book that I backed, but it's not. It's actually, I think, the third or fourth book that I backed. I was just looking up my list, and I was fucking excited. This was straight up 90s excitement. I'm like getting excited about all these indie books, and I'm like, hell yeah. Fragaboom, fuck yeah, this book looks badass. Black Flag, we're getting a new chapter, and well, later on, he actually did a cool thing because after a few years, he was like, "Hold on a second, I know everyone's been waiting, and he had some personal issues.
Sure,
we're all understanding, after 5 years, we're still kind of like waiting, but it hadn't been at this point. He did send a link to the PDFs to I think all the previous material, which I'll say after waiting for a couple of years with no word, at least some campaigns take a long time. The Cyberfrog campaigns, Ethan's campaigns take a while. But I know I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them eventually.
Sure.
This because I get updates. He has a channel. Ethan has a channel all the time. If I'm pissed, I can just bitch at him on his TV show.
When it comes to Ethan, both Blood Honey and Wreck Planet show you that he does fulfill, because those ones took time too.
Everything takes time if you want it to be good. But the one thing that Ethan has and nobody gives him credit for is the fact that he's in communication with everyone all the time. He can't hide. Fragaboom, where the fuck is he? He disappeared at one point. You barely hear from the guy. And so then you're like, okay, well, I'm still waiting on this book. There's no updates. He's not making up word, and I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt.
This number, $227,000 that you made for Black Flag, and you disappear, you don't fulfill the book.
But then everybody still support. I still support him up until that fucking video he made in the car, the throat goat video. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? We are all waiting for this book. We have been supportive and sitting there telling people, they're like, you just wasted your money. They're laughing at me. They're laughing at me for wasting my money on a book. That's never going to happen. And I'm like, no, it's Fraga. It's cool. And then he puts out shit like that. It's like, get your petty bullshit out of here, man. You made a fucking over 200 grand on the good grace of the fucking audience, and you are shitting on them every fucking day. And now you're shitting on the people that help you make that money. That pissed me off.
Fragaboom made almost $250,000 with Black Flag. This fucker funded on 4/25/2020. Next year? No, wait, 2020, 1, 2, 3. This book is 5 years old, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now,
after 3 years, he gave us that link to the PDFs, which I could do on a pirate site. But okay, now I can do it legally. You sent me the link. Great. Thank you for the PDFs. But that's not the book I backed. I appreciate it, and it'll keep me going for a little bit. But I'm still trying to pump. I'm still trying to pump you up, going, fuck yeah, Fragaboom. But then he pulls some shit with that, like he did earlier this year with Ethan and all that crap. I don't care about your stupid beef with Shane or Ethan or any of that. I'm a backer. I don't care about your bullshit, right? I'll appreciate that you're working hard, and I understand that you've had some personal issues, and that's why I'm still keep going, buddy. I'm here. We got you. But when you start pulling shit like that, and you make stupid videos with your kids in the back seat fucking doing what they did, I'm done. I'm like, fuck you, you asshole. You asswipe. You fucking had all this promotion. You have an audience waiting for your book for 5 years, and you're going to start getting into petty bullshit from internet drama. Get out of here. This is the oldest book that I haven't gotten, and at this point, I don't even want it. I sent him a message saying, keep my fucking money. I don't want the book anymore.
See, I'm of the mind that I don't care either way of that crap because it doesn't have to do anything with me. Like I said, I separate the artist from the book, the creator from the book, like I do even with the mainstream comics. Like when I was young, I didn't know who the fuck worked on Nightwing. I didn't know it was Scott McDaniel that did the art for the books. I didn't know George Perez did the Teen Titans and shit like that.
There's like one name you know, it's Stan Lee.
There's a separation that takes place with me. And when it comes to books, if I back your book, I'm just looking at your product, dude. I don't give a damn what you're doing with people on stream or in your own car, shit like that. Act like a dumb fuck. I don't give a shit. But I am a customer at this point, and I bought something from you. When you promise a product, I expect a product.
Yeah.
And this is where it starts getting under my skin when people on one side are dogging somebody about being 5 years, but then when somebody decides to defect from one side and go to another, and they're 5 years late also, I don't want to hear a fucking nada out of nobody.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, preach.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't care about your stupid bullshit with these guys. That's not my concern. I understand whatever your problem is. You also got to appreciate how they helped you make all this money.
Right.
But even that doesn't matter. That doesn't have to do with me. I'm sitting here waiting for a book, and I've got to watch all this fucking stupid drama unfold, and you make an ass of yourself consistently online. It starts with this throat goat video, and then it goes into this fucking that comic book convention where he's like harassing Shane, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, what's wrong with you?
Like, I remember, what's going on, Stanley?
That one pisses me off. Like, of all the books, I'm all over here being naive and like, hey, no, it's all right. It's 5 years late, but it's okay. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's Fraggle Boom. This guy's a badass artist, and I'm. At one point in the past 5 years, I saw some drawings, some doodles of the page working, and it's going to be good. Trust me. But then he pulls some bullshit like that, and I'm like trying to, convince people that this guy's not a jackass for making us wait this long.
Right.
But he's not online to talk to people, and he's not fucking making updates for his book. And then he comes back to start shit like that. Get out of here. I'm done with that. I don't want to hear it.
Now.
So I'm done. You keep my money, keep your fucking book. I don't want it.
And then there's stuff that happens with other creators that aren't exactly in that wheelhouse of acting like an idiot online and saying stupid shit that people will either passively aggressively talk about or just forgive you because they know it's content, whatever like that. But when it comes to Thomas Moria, Wizard for Hire, this came from Stefani Rene, right? Do you know that guy?
Yes, I know who Stefani Rene is.
Okay, so during this time, Stefani Rene was, I believe, going through cancer, right?
Yeah.
And that's why he couldn't finish the book at that time. And
that was a name you used to hear a lot a few years ago.
Yes. And so Stefani used the money from the campaign to help with his
medical bills?
His medical, yeah. And so I was like, all right, well, book's still there. I didn't agree to sign up. I didn't sign up to pay for your medical expenses.
That's like a GoFundMe, right? Book. That's not what crowdfunding goes towards. You get started GoFundMe for that campaign
for that, and people would have helped you out there. It would have made less money, no doubt, but you still could have gotten that help. Now this was back in,
like Stefani Rene. He could have gotten some money on a GoFundMe.
It wasn't much that I put towards Thomas Moria, right? So he almost got $20,000. I put $33 in that hat. And this was back in 2020, right? So this book is technically 5 years late. We're never going to see it.
Hold on a minute. I want to be a jackass real quick.
Go for it.
All right. If you're dying and you got this 20 grand that you could put towards medical bills, and all you got to do is fuck over how many people?
Let's see.
391
you are
people.
screwing
I
over.
like that. That's what comes into play here is how many people it is, because like there's a line somewhere. If it's 250 people,
Yeah, right. Like if you fuck over 1,000 people, might be a problem. But I don't know, man. 391. That's like 400
Yeah.
people.
You screwed over 391 people.
That's like almost 400 people you screwed over. I mean, that's not the worst when you're like counting, you're weighing your life in one hand and 400 people's money in the other hand. I might actually, if it was
That's
a
not a bad
life-threatening
point.
situation,
that's
I
not a
might
bad
pull
point.
that. Yeah, if I was like life or death, I might pull that shit. But I'd
Here-
probably try to start a GoFundMe first. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like
Just a little bit.
if the
Well, I mean,
GoFundMe
you gotta do
failed.
things.
Hey, what's going on,
man?
man?
People screw them over on all the platforms.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do, I'd cover my ass at least. I'd start the GoFundMe, and if I made $5 on the Save My Life GoFundMe, so you can get your fucking book GoFundMe. If I made $5 on that, then yeah, I'm gonna take the backers' money. I'm gonna fucking pay my medical bill so I don't die, and then I'm gonna go fucking work in construction for the rest of my life and keep my head down. But
Now, check it out. Stefani Renee has been slowly like coming back, trying to,
none
make
of this has
products
any
for-
bearing on Stefani. I'm not saying Stefani did any of this,
No,
but
no.
the
He's
thought
coming
just
back.
occurred to me.
He's working on projects for people, and I catch wind of it. So I catch him on Instagram. I'm like, don't you think that I didn't even say anything about the book. I said, don't you think that you should finish my commission before you start working on other people's projects?
Okay, now hold on. There's context here.
Sure.
This is now he's got a book. You're saying that he has this book that's pending. People paid him for.
Right.
You paid him for a commission on top of that. So he technically
Right.
needs to finish the book first, then your commission.
Right.
But now he's doing work for hire shit for other people and hasn't finished your commission or his
So-
own campaign.
So a year ago, I noticed that he started posting again and, saying that he can do art pieces up in Facebook groups that I'm part of. How about that? And so he's out there trying to get commissions from people. That was last year. So I got a commission done. I paid him and he did like the in-between of the line art, like between the blue ink and between the black ink, just getting the lines ready, right? And so
Hold
he
on a
showed
minute.
me that. I
That's
have
a
it on
little
my
confusing.
Instagram. I can show you.
Layouts?
Not even layout. This was a cover piece. That's all I wanted from him.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, blue lines would be based off the sketches, like the pencils, right? Pencils turn into
Right.
blue lines or blue line pencils, and then that gets inked.
So back in January of 2024, this is what. Let me blow up. I'll show you. This is
Yeah,
Stefani.
let's see this.
Stefani comes back, going through remission or whatever. Anyway, here's you can't really see. Fuck.
That's like
But there's
pencils.
some-
It looks like
But
pencils.
anyway, you see Stefani's face.
That's a blank page right there, Jake.
That-
He sent
hang
you a
on.
blank page.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we go. Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
showing
Yeah.
off- He's showing off what he's getting ready for me, right?
Nice. That looks
That's
better.
back in January of 2024. Lo and behold, the last time I hear from him is April, and this is as far as he's gotten.
Okay. And you've already paid him for this.
I paid him half up front, and then the next was going to be colors, so I was waiting for that. But this isn't even finished to where you can put
No,
colors
that's
on
not.
it.
No, that's not inks or anything. That's pencils.
Yeah.
So check it out. So July comes by, and I hear that he's working with other people on some projects and whatnot. So I hit him up, and I say, "Hey, dude, shouldn't you finish my commission before jumping with G-Man Comics?" So lo and behold, he didn't reply to that, but you can see down here it says seen. So he read the fucking message and didn't reply back. And just
he's
today,
gonna get another. He's gonna get a "fuck man, I'm trying" comment from you.
and just today, I saw him up in the Facebook groups again trying to get commissions. So I left a little message under his post saying, "Hey man, it'd be great if you could finish up my commission from a year ago before you started trying to get these guys to pay."
The one
I mean,
paid
that's
Haven't heard
fair.
yet.
That's fair,
Haven't
man.
heard yet.
if he's picking up commissions and he's not even finished with the old ones,
then those people need to know you're doing.
They
you're
need to know
out.
you're doing them a service. And I don't know a whole lot about Stefani Renee, and good Godspeed and everything to him, but you got to finish old commissions before you start picking up new ones. Otherwise, you're going to get old commissioneers or whatever to fucking shitting on your new commissions.
I'll say this: he does great
in my Fiverr account. He's in my Fiverr account all the fucking time, saying, "Hey, this motherfucker, Mo, you in here?" Don't.
Oh, Ben says I paid half up front, half after the commission was finished. So
that's normal, and that's one of the reasons you do that.
The work ethic on these guys are fucked up, is what Zombie says.
Yeah, so that's so true, fucking true. You're asking people for money, which makes it easy for their work ethic to suck, right? You don't have to have a work ethic to fucking start creating doodles to sell something. The work ethic comes with time and effort, right? You have to have a work ethic to be able to do this shit. You don't gain a work ethic from just jumping into crowdfunding. That's why these creators, these kings or whatever, right? The Comicsgate kings, they have those are the people I would put in and say they have work ethic. They worked in the industry for a long time, most of them, and they know what the fuck they're doing. They have work ethic. They know how to time and whatever. They know how to draw and they know how to work. They know how to like pace themselves. But when you get people you've never heard of working on shit, then yeah, it's gonna be a big question mark. And if you haven't gotten your work yet and you see them trying to get more work, then yeah, people need to be aware. This guy hasn't even finished his old work yet. On top of a campaign he hasn't fulfilled.
You're not lying, dude. And going back and looking at all these just makes my blood boil because I'm like, God damn, why did I trust these?
Tell me more about that. How's your blood boil, Jake? How do you sleep at night? How much money have you wasted, Jake? Have you flushed down the toilet that could have been food in your children's bellies?
Are you ready for the number that I've wasted on these people that haven't?
Let's hear it. Or are we going to save that for later?
We can save that for
You're
later.
already doing the.
I don't want to hear the number. I want it on screen, like taking up the entire screen with like
right. We need
and shit.
I mean, I know my number's not even anywhere near yours because I back books that I like. But when you're telling me about books that you back, I'm like, why the fuck did you back that? And you're like, well, I backed the top tier. I'm like, you paid $90 to that bitch? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're taking food out of your children's mouth to get a fucking egg beater.
Oh my God. Oh, we'll get to that one too. But let's see. Benjamin says these artists are looking at short-term gains and not looking at the dry well up ahead when the word spreads that you don't fulfill campaigns or commissions.
Damn straight.
That's 100% true. Because I don't know if you guys remember Caius Blood and Stone. But
I wouldn't have backed this based off of that thumbnail.
No, so that's the thing. This guy was an animator. That video right there is him animating his characters that are supposed to be in this book.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see it.
Here, he's talking about issues 1 and 2 and everything. He raised $5,800, and this was just on the campaign for book 1 and 2. He had another campaign for just book 1.
Okay.
Now
that's not great. What is this for? Now hold on. This is where Indiegogo's fucking with me. That just said $5,800. Now it's saying $4,700. What does that mean?
Well, this is what fulfilled before going into in demand.
In demand. Okay, this is when it ended the campaign.
This was his funding goal that he made back in September of 2021.
2021. Okay, and it looks like it says he reached his goal in 3 days. That's admirable. Right. That's good. $3,000 too. That's pretty good.
This guy up and left, and nobody's heard from him.
Oh no.
Okay. Ryan Cardinal. It's not hard to miss him because his avatar is a fucking red cardinal. Okay. Now Ryan Cardinal is on Instagram, and I follow that bastard. He does tattoos.
We've been watching you, Eric Cardinal. So, I know your secrets.
Over on
like,
Instagram,
hey, can I get a koi fish? He's like, yeah, how about a nice red cardinal?
How about what's the name of this campaign?
It's called Caius, Kayas.
Can I get a Caius Can I get a page from Kaya's tattoo? Oh wait.
No. It gets good. It gets good for Ryan Cardinal because he left, right? Took the money, ran, never saw the book.
God.
Now he made a post on his Instagram saying, "Hey, I'm slashing prices to get tattoos done for such and such price instead of the full price, right?" Because he just got evicted from his house.
Oh no. Well, that's why we. How long have you been waiting on this book?
4 years and change.
Well, that's because he just got evicted, Jake.
Like,
What'd
if
you
you're
say?
going to do a comic book, I think now that prior to doing a comic book or prior to doing an Indiegogo or a GoFundMe, before you do that, I think you should have to like pass a credit check.
You
Like
should.
if you're on food
Yeah,
stamps,
maybe.
sorry, but you're going to have to wait 6 months before your
But I'm
application.
telling you, dude, when I came
There's
back, I
gotta
started
be
looking at
something.
these. I started diving into the creators that haven't fulfilled. And when I heard that Ryan Cardinal got evicted, for some reason I didn't feel bad.
I want to see that Instagram. Like life of,
Yeah,
life of the
because it's
Cardinal on
people
the
like-
streets.
It's people like that tend to shit on everybody else. They're like, well, Rainbow the Brute's still not out. Rainbow the Brute is going to happen, and nobody thinks that it's not going to happen. It might take
All right.
forever. It's already overdue, sure, but it will happen. All right,
Yo,
it's going to happen?
Jeremy Thevenot of Beckoned Reckoning. Welcome.
What's going on, man?
All right. So
Reckoned.
here-
I have Reckoned, don't I? I'm pretty sure you get.
Yeah,
sent
you have
me
Beckoned.
Reckoned. Yeah.
Here is Ryan Cardinal over here on Instagram. Now here,
Oh, I remember that thumbnail. I mean, his avatar. I don't remember
I
the
told you
cardinal
if you
name.
see the avatar, you'd know him.
Yeah, I remember that
So
avatar.
here's his post right here. I'm getting evicted.
Unfulfillment. He unfulfilled his payment to his fucking rental to his his landlord.
Landlord.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that makes up for me not getting the book on that one.
That
No-
doesn't
no
make up for
excuses.
shit.
No excuses. I want to
You pay
see.
for-
I want to see receipts. I want this dude drawn on the curb.
he took your money and paid his lifestyle once
Yeah.
again. Another one of those fucking I can't fucking make a book if you're not going to support my lifestyle,
Right?
The lifestyle of
Oh,
like
God.
the water bill.
bro. It's
All right.
more common. It blows my mind how common that fucking theme has become. Of
I hate it.
I was promised that this funding process isn't about the book; it's about my lifestyle that you're paying for, so that I can make the book. And
Nah,
then
fuck that.
eventually, I'm gonna have to do a second chance campaign to actually make the fucking book. But I ran out of money during the funding of my lifestyle. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
bang, right there. You fucking said it, man. We
Oh,
went
we
off.
have a whole episode. We have a whole episode dedicated to
That
Rob Hunter.
episode is what led to this because we have been stewing over this for a while now.
Yep.
And it's kind of like you when you talk about unfulfilled campaigns, how much money you've wasted, there are criteria you have to consider. Like, well, this is a book that I haven't gotten, but I just backed it yesterday. Clearly, that book does not count unless you backed it yesterday, and that book is the third chance campaign, and it still
Mhm.
hasn't fulfilled from the first chance, which was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so it's how long has this book been in the works? It doesn't matter when you back it per se. It matters how long this book has been in the works. And I just backed a book that I'm actually excited about that has been in the works for a couple of years.
Right.
I 100% believe this book is going to come out. I just recently backed it, and I can't wait for this book to come out.
You know, the thing about it is how, like, I don't know, socially accepted this is. It would be one thing if this was a conversation about one dude or two guys who did
Right.
this, you know, in 5 years. But it's so common that you're able to commit an entire episode.
That's the problem.
That's
Because-
the problem. That's the
because
thing.
we're
It's like
trying
you
to
need
support-
you need to have a whole list of red flags. Like, you need to make that damn video. People need to see that video. These are the things. If you see
Yeah.
this, and this, you do not back that guy because
That's-
this is why.
See, that's kind of how when me and Jake started doing these channels, it's more so on my channel when we look at campaigns
Right.
that we catch red flags. We just scroll through campaigns and kind of look and see what looks cool and see what doesn't look cool and look for red flags, right? And we'll call out those red flags. And we've actually had creators come on after watching our show and be like, okay, look, that's not a red flag because of this. And I'm like, I'm sold. You got me. And thanks for reaching out to me and correcting that, because this has been a red flag in the past. After backing thousands of dollars worth of books now, and Jake even more than me, it's like I already have my list of red flags. And when I look at campaigns, I'm looking for these stupid shit like page count, how much it costs, how long it's been out, and the art quality of the story. I don't want to have to do that. I want to look at a book that looks cool and back it. I don't want to have to look for red flags. Unfortunately, we have to, because of fucking jackasses that keep taking advantage of backers. And so we're kind of making the list of what to look out for, like who's a grifter and who's not. And then when we're looking at Pencils Down looked like it could be a fun book until we're looking at it going 12 pages of this, 12 pages of that, and a 24-page story. No, it was a 24-page book that was split in half between a 12-page story and 12 pages of bullshit fan art, and then a whole bunch of fucking cameo bullshit, CG, whatever, fan service.
You need to get all that, the fan art. You need to go straight to the fan art in that book, and you need to take the names of every one of the people that contributed to the fan art.
I like some of the fan.
And no, they need to get
bro. There is a whole scam behind fan art in itself, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to art contests. People take advantage of art contests. They're like, well, you entered in the contest, so technically the art's mine. And it's like, no, bitch.
No,
I
that's
fucking
not
drew
how it
that for a contest, not for your fucking to be able to use willy-nilly just because I drew your character. You are not allowed to use my artwork without paying me for some
That's
shit.
such bullshit. Right. Like you have to, like, there's paperwork involved with that. Anybody who says that is an ass clown. You have to have the actual paperwork that states I have the right to use this. Just having a contest where you submit something doesn't fulfill that legal.
Well, that's why I won't do art contests.
Like that, anyone who hears a statement like that, you need to send them a follow-up piece of artwork as quickly as possible of a middle fucking finger.
Yeah,
because that is not true.
Jake, make me big. I'm going to explain something about art contests.
He needs to go big.
Do not ever fucking enter an art contest unless the prize is over $1,000. $1,000 or more, the creator is going to make sure to cover his ass. So he's not going to screw you over because he's going to screw himself over in doing so. Do not enter an art contest that is the prize isn't $1,000 or more, because it's not legit. They'll rip you off.
That is an excellent call, Peter. Like, that is just chef's kiss on the majesty of that concept. That if it's something that they're not worried about, that
if they can afford $1,000 prize,
it's like, they will not screw you all day long. It's $25. Who cares? But you're right. When their ass is on the line for $1,000, that's a different ball game.
Exactly. It's a different ball game. I have entered so many art contests, and I've had a few people use my artwork, and they're like, well, you didn't win shit, but I'll send you a couple copies of the piece of artwork that I'm going to be making money off of. And I'm like, whoa. And there are people that I just submitted artwork and they used it, and I'm like, you can use it all you want. I don't even want a dime. I just want a copy of whatever you printed on, right? And I'm fine with that. But I've had people try to make money off of my artwork because the prize was like $100. And no, Dojo, I'm not talking about you. I entered his art contest. He accepted mine piece and then made it the cover. He did send me that book. I'm not talking about Dojo. I'm talking about Camel, because I'm not going to be playing games. I'm talking about Camel Moon. Camel Moon, he made cards. These cards out of my artwork. I will say this. He actually did reach out to me, and I did say, okay, that's fine. Just send me a copy of the cards. Clearly, he sent me these beautiful fucking cards of my artwork, and I was happy with it. So I'm not angry at Camel Moon for that. I'm just saying, he did the same thing to another creator who'd posted artwork in his art contest, who did not give him permission to print their work because they didn't win, and he used their shit anyways. And they didn't give him permission, but he did it anyways. Now, Camel Moon did right by me, but he did not do right by that other person, which led me to reach out to Mandy Summers because I did a Gem-Shock piece. And now I'm worried that she might have mistaken my reaching out to her in this situation. I said, feel free to use my artwork because after the debacle with Camel Moon and that other artist, I don't want there to be any confusion. I would like to say you actually don't owe me shit. Like, I'm just asking for this.
Right.
If you don't want to give it to me, that's fine. Feel free to print my work. If you want like a receipt, send me $1 and I'll accept it. I'm happy because I want my artwork. I love that my artwork is in this campaign.
You're committed and passionate about that.
I like Gem-Shock. That's a cool campaign, and I'm like, use my artwork, please. But in reaching out to her, I'm not sure if she's even using my artwork anymore, and I wouldn't blame her for not because she doesn't know who I am, and it's because of people like that.
Yeah.
Art contest, do art contests where you make a big fucking chunk of money. Otherwise, it ain't worth it. And I could go on about it. Gabe El-Taib and his art contests.
Oh, I believe it. But
that was a fucking scam.
Let's see what the chat has to say first. All right.
All right, rant over. Drink commence.
Back end. He says, I raised money for the book. I worked for 2 years and didn't touch it until it was ready to print and ship. So he didn't do nothing else until it was ready to print and ship.
That's good.
He
That's
says,
good.
the backer's investment is sacred to me. So yeah, it took him 2 years to get back out. That's fine. Cool.
Well said.
And so let's see. Mo Big says, remember there was another campaign called Doom Kickers around the same time?
As door kickers?
And
was there?
Yeah. He said Doom Kickers raised over 60 grand. It was Elliot Fernandez and Doug TenNapel.
Were they ripping off this one, or was this one ripping off them? I mean, it's Doug TenNapel, so it could be either way.
There is also the third option that they accidentally both came up with, titles that were.
Now, hold on a second, Stanley. Doug TenNapel is Earthworm Jim.
When he has to call out the name like that, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Doug TenNapel is the Earthworm Jim guy.
Yeah. I know Doug.
So
Earthworm Doug.
It's possible he came out with Doom Kickers first, but at the same level, the way he treated Comicsgate after they gave him a shitload of money. It's also possible that he ripped off this fucking other book just for the grift.
Oh, Mo Big says, I wouldn't worry about Camel hearing this. He's known to have thick skin. So
I'm not worried about him hearing this. I'll shoot the shit with him on the fucking
Doom Kickers the reason for Dirtworm Doug? Was that the whole thing that started Dirtworm Doug?
Yeah, because he was trying to raise money to sell an IP to prove he can. He was trying to get Earthworm Jim back, right? In order to get that back, he had to have an IP or some shit that he had to prove was sellable. And so he made that other comic book that was like very similar to Earthworm Jim in Comicsgate, got his money, and then eventually, I guess, got the Earthworm Jim IP back and then ditched Comicsgate. That's completely shit on Comicsgate and left, which is where Dirtworm Jim came from. And that was part of the cash grab thing, which is one of the reasons I backed that. I didn't care about the cash grab book as much as Dirtworm Doug, not Jim. Dirtworm Doug. That's the reason I backed cash grab in the first place. And that was totally worth it because that book was awesome.
Mo Big says he can vouch for the Colonel. He worked on his book all the time. He spent almost a year working on that double-page splash. So he was working on his book. But
that's worth the investment right there. Like, that speaks volumes to me. Like, game on right there. That's all I needed to hear.
Doug's book when he quit CG was
Bigfoot Bill. That's right. That's the one. Yep,
so
Bigfoot Bill.
This one here, I was really looking forward to because this was going to be Kami Mark's book, but this was Krishna Kid. And
yeah, I've heard a lot about it. I didn't back this one.
Yeah.
Kami Mark was one of the first people to reach out to me when I started joining Comicsgate on Twitter. I've always liked Kami Mark. I thought he's a decent guy. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Now, what happened with this book was a little crappy. I was disappointed in everything, but I give Kami Mark a pass because he did something very unique when it came to this, all right? So when he finally admitted to himself and to everybody that it wasn't going to happen, he made a live stream take place where he was explaining himself of what the fuck happened and everything like that. He said, the book's not going to be made. The money's been spent. It's gone. And yeah, I just couldn't do it. Because what happened is that he started the book out and he was making pages. And then like halfway through or two-thirds of the way through, he was like, I really want to rewrite this book. I want to make it better because I know I can. Well, his artist was on there with him and everything and said the pages were done, but they're not coming to fruition, yada, yada, yada. So what Comic Mark did was make a like a fake campaign to refund backers, right? You weren't really going to get the money.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, you weren't really going to get the refund, but people who signed up on this refund campaign were going to get like some kind of, acknowledgement and something like that from Comic Mark. I thought that was unique. I thought that was cool that he owned up to it. He asked for forgiveness and wants to move forward with everybody.
It was clear you were basically
I
helping
like
him
that.
refund
I like
people. It was a campaign. It was a GoFundMe essentially, but through what, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or some shit. In order
It was
to
Indiegogo again.
Yeah, so it was a campaign to help refund the book, which I'm unclear whether the money went to refunding people. But
See, that's why I did like it, because I was like, this is Indian DBZ.
it was a weird one. Is he making more money? That was the funny thing too, which is classic Comic Mark. Is he making more money to pay himself, or is he making more money to pay back people that backed him? And then how's he going to pay back those?
At this point.
You don't know.
Yeah,
And it was
but you
kind
know
of
what?
like,
You don't know, and you'd better be on the in. You better know that
Yeah,
you don't
right.
know, because if you're funding because you think you know and you don't know, well, then you deserve what you get.
exactly. Everybody who gave money should have expected to not get shit in return.
Yes,
They're
I
helping
respect
the guy
hustle
out.
on that one.
Yeah.
I like.
He was
You
deliberately
need to have a better
vague.
plan getting your thing together initially, but the fact that he not only made an apology, he was open and honest about it. I respect that. And then he had the balls to go out and try to make more money, or maybe refund some people.
Make money to refund people,
Well, you
maybe.
get that one. You get that's creative, and you get a pass on that one time.
Yeah, and he's
Nobody else-
funny.
anybody else who pulls that shit, fuck you.
And if you ever have not heard of Comic Mark, go find him on YouTube because he is funny.
Yeah,
he's a
just
funny
go to his
fucking
channel,
guy.
Comic Mark. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
But I
What are the
did
odds of
back
getting
the
him on here? I
first-
want to talk to him.
We
Yeah.
might be able to get him on one of
Tommy
these
Mark,
days.
if
We
you're
might
watching
actually,
this,
yeah.
I'm kind of already a fan. I would like to have a conversation with you.
I've been a
He's
fan of
awesome.
Comic Mark since he first reached out to me, and I started watching his shit on streams, and I was like, "This dude is he's something else." And I kind of like he's Comic Mark. It says it all right there in the title, and it's funny to listen to him talk. But I gotta.
so
yeah.
I
That
backed
brings
his
me back.
first campaign that he did called Not Daredevil. So what he did is that he
Oh,
took
okay,
a
that's not
public
the one.
domain character called Daredevil, and he reworked the speech bubbles in it to make it sound like a completely different book. Right? It was still the same panels of art, but the dialogue was different to make it a different story altogether. And it was hilarious. It was a good, funny book. And so he wants to try and go back and make more books like that. But I don't know if I'm going to back again because of this instance. That's
there's
the
you
problem
got to be
that
able
he's
to
gonna
shy
run
on
into.
that.
Because Not Daredevil was funny. It was good. I liked that book. I thought it was a funny idea. He fulfilled on it. This one, I was really looking forward to more. It didn't happen. But because of everything that he did to try and make up for it, I can't be mad. But for me to come back and actually back him again, there's a little
A little
hesitancy.
apprehension. Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
that book that he did with the rabbit character? I can't remember the name of that book. You sent me a copy of it. It was like a rabbit. It was like that. What was the name of that? Was it Buckaroo
Tailless.
Bonsai book?
Tailless?
Tailless.
That
Okay.
That was Ariel Black.
Oh, I thought Kami had something to do with that book.
No, that was Ariel Black and his buddies.
Oh, because that was a funny book.
Yeah.
Whenever we make trips to South Texas to go visit the family, we had that book, and my whole family, even though it had some
obscure
shit, it's like some whatever content, provocative, not over the top, but like nudity and shit. Yeah. We had a fucking blast reading that book all the way down, and my kids are like in high school, so it's not like horrible. It's not worse than any manga out there, but that book was pretty funny. Tale is funny. For some reason, I thought Kami Mark had something to do with that book. I thought his name was on it.
Nah, but with Christian the Kid, I only lost $30, right? So I only backed the main book and was just waiting on it. So I didn't put too much into it, but now.
Yeah, there's one or two, $30. Okay. I guess that, that's like a tank of gas or some shit that I guess I missed out on for backing somebody. Once in a while, it's one thing.
That's nice of you guys. I got to say, if I went to Walmart and I bought groceries of any dollar amount, and I walked out of there and realized that I was missing my $30 case of beer, or
exactly, that's what it's like.
$30 bag of dog food. I would.
It burns. It burns, but it's like. But here's the thing: rule number one: This is crowdfunding. Do not fucking back unless you can flush that money down the toilet.
That's true. Right. That's true. Yeah, that sucks, man. But you're right. That's kind of got to be your.
It's just the understanding, especially when it's somebody that you don't know, or you're just like, I don't know anything about the person or this book, but it looks cool. I would like to get it. Like a Polar fucking Destroyer. I didn't know anything about that guy, and I was like, I don't care. This book looks so cool that the promise of this book is worth the fucking investment. And we got it, and he instantly reached out to us. And holy shit, was it worth it, man. This book is fucking awesome. Both of these books. And I can't wait for the third one to come out. Totally worth the money. This is what crowdfunding is all about. Guys like this guy, I'd never heard of him before. He's got a really cool IP. It's a Polar Destroyer. He's a polar bear fighting fucking the Penguin Army. Santa Claus is involved somehow. And I want to know why. And so I had to fucking throw some money at this guy and be like, give me this book. And he's like, he didn't have, he was even cool enough. This book was not on the campaign with this book, but he reached out and was like, just send me a note. I'll put it in there in exchange for the other cover for the second issue. And he did it. And I'm, dude, for eternally grateful, because that is fucking class right there. And I got a cool fucking trading card to go with it. So, hell yeah, Polar Destroyer. Everybody needs to get ready for Polar Destroyer 3 because it's coming out, and we're all fucking excited over here for this book because it is a fun fucking story. Can't wait. Can't wait
to be like promoted. That was the interview, and was it last episode?
Yeah, was it the last one? Yeah. Yeah, man, that was a cool book.
Great person to hang out with. He was a lot of fun.
If you're just joining us, we're going through books that have not fulfilled that I've backed so far. And I've backed a lot of books, and now we're just going through the different backstories of why these books haven't fulfilled. Some are legit, some are bullshit. I'll let you decide at the end what we should do about this.
Now, before we jump into this one,
Egg Beater?
There are a few comments to look at to catch up on.
This is Ali Sanguis, okay? So I backed this book.
But we got Mo Biggs. He's more important than Ali. We got to get
all right. Let's see what he's
Mo Biggs caught up on. What's Mo Biggs saying?
He says Smiling Bandito did a funny interview with Kami Mark back in the day where he pretended he thought his name was Call Me Mark, and when he found out he was a communist, he flipped out. Yes, we know he's in K-Fob. We know. Kami Mark, the other book was about Kim Jong-un, I think. Was that supposed to be not Daredevil? Mo Big says I remember originally Tailless was the only character in the universe without a tail. Then he decided none of them would have tails. It's still called the character Tailless.
That was a funny book, though. That was a good book.
It is a funny book. There's a reason why I've always backed doubles, because if I meet somebody that's cool and likes crowdfunding, I'll send them the book and be like, we can talk about this together online or whatever.
We got to start a club because I've read the book. There's a good chance I might not ever read that book again because I've gotten everything out of it.
Yeah,
I would love to send that book to somebody else and have them enjoy it as much as I did when I read 100%. It. We got to start a club.
Hey, hey, so a thought on that, just, and I'll be quick about it. But so in the fishing things, I do fishing on YouTube for anybody who doesn't know. So one of the things that some of our guys do, and I see this every couple of years, somebody will put together like a tackle box with a bunch of lures, and there will be some kind of reason for each lure. It's not like they're just picking up random crap at Walmart. They put together a selection of lures and they go fishing with it. And then they take that tackle box, they film their video, and then at the end of their video, they're like, okay, this is my time with the tackle box, and now it's time we ship it on, and they mail it to another YouTuber, and that other YouTuber then has to go fishing with it and film a video fishing with these lures, and they have to like add a lure to the box, and do the same thing, and it has to make its rounds all the way across the United States.
Oh, Jake, you sent me that package. I can add. What have I gotten recently that I can add to it? I can add to that box and then send it to the next guy and do like you're saying, Stanley, where we like every time you add, that's going to add the weight to the shipping.
Yeah,
but
that shipping's going to be a bitch after a minute.
After a minute, but who cares?
That's when you create multiple extensions. So you make one book in each box and you send those out and let people fill those up. And you just keep.
Everybody keeps one, they give one and then they keep one.
No. Hold on. No, I disagree with that because media mail is so fucking cheap that you could actually split it out amongst a bigger group, right? And the shipping isn't a big deal. And eventually, everyone's only going to have like 3 or 4 books in the media mail, and then they ship out 3 or 4 books, right? But yeah, okay. There are books that I've backed that I would ship out. Yeah. The thing about crowdfunding is that, and this is where a lot of people get misconstrued, they're making collectibles, right? Like those fucking YouTube grifters on the Zero Sphere, right? Well, and that's Geeks and Gamers, if everybody doesn't know who the Zeros are.
Let me tell you, here's a little
Geeks and
secret.
Gamers. They're making collectibles, and they're not fucking collectibles.
Here's a little secret.
Look, hold on, I'm not done. We got to send out these fucking books. They're not fucking collectibles. They're not something that needs to be CGC graded, right? CGC graded is something that stands the test of time that people want to collect later. You don't get a fucking brand new book from a brand new creator and get a CGC graded. It doesn't make any sense. It's a 9.9. Okay, well, maybe in 100 years, you will have become something, and that book might be worth something, except that it won't because of the idea that, like, Superman, the fact that Superman is worth a lot is because a billion fucking kids had that book in their back pocket, and somehow it survived fucking 100 years, right? That's why it's a collectible. You can't fucking just print something and then call it a collectible any more than a fucking DVD coming out of Walmart and saying it's the collector's edition. It's the same fucking thing. You don't go get that graded, do you?
Dude, the very first comic book that I make, when I make a comic book, that thing first off is going to be called the collector's edition. And I'm going to call it like, it's going to be the name of that comic book is going to be like the lifetime collection of stories from Stan Lee or some
That's
bullshit
good business.
like that on the very first one.
Yeah, very first collector's issue #1.
Anytime somebody in the industry says that their book is a collectible, go fuck yourself.
All right. There's only a couple times where I looked at shit and was like, damn, dude, that might be like that knife. That what book was it that had that knife, that glass plastic knife with the wrap around?
That was Beck and Recourse from Jeremy.
Fuck yeah, bro. That shit was legit. That's something I would put in a case the second I got it, because nobody's doing anything like that. That was badass. That's a collectible. But your book's got to last the test of time in order for it to become a collectible.
If I can ever like actually record like a punk rock album, like a side pet project that I would just always love to do, but I've never done, but it's something I'd love to do, record like my punk rock album. If I ever do that, the very first time I record, like the very first album I ever actually put out, it's going to be called Greatest Hits.
Right.
All right. Your first album.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get this book off. Let me talk about this one and get it out of here.
Let's get it out of here. Yeah. There's a lot to be said about this fucking book.
She created Ache Beater. And to me, it's like a spoof of Sweeney Todd, right? Guy goes around killing everybody, uses,
Well, the premise is he's a baker. It's a horror story because Allie loves the horror thing. It's the whole gosh thing.
The demon baker of sweet treats. That's the demon barber of Fleet Street or whatever it is. So, yeah, okay, I get it. Sweeney Todd, here we go.
It's a baker horror story.
Yeah, comedic horror story, sure. Now, we're starting to get into the hairs of people that are complaining about books being 5 years late, right?
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Jake. When we're
damn,
talking
Peter.
about I know, but when we're
What?
talking about the red flags, and we actually talked about this book, you can scroll down just a little bit to the description. The first red flag for me, Egg Beater is a black and white 24-page traditionally drawn flop. What is traditionally drawn? It means that it's actually drawn. It's not digital. It's a fucking drawn book.
Oh, I hate that that's a term.
Standard comic book, 24-page floppy, right? It's in black and white, which means you're not going to color it. It means you're cheap. Cheap, 24-page, regular old comic book. How much did it cost? Because that's where that's where my eyes go next. Is okay. I'm getting a standard floppy, black and white floppy. Should be about $8.
So
tops.
for Egg Beater, I paid $35.
Bam. That's where I said nope.
$35
I don't care
for a 24-page book.
Now you'd have to be one.
They called Egg Beater.
That's actually a pretty clever name.
They should have called it Jake Beater.
Now hold on.
Oh yeah, that's even better. That's pretty good, Stanley.
On April 1st in 2023. So this book is 2 years old, getting ready to be 3 years old. Now hold on, because this is 24-page book, right?
24 pages. Oh shit!
The update
that's better than pencils down. And I only got a fucking pencil for that book.
The update for this book just happened in August this year. So let's see what the big news is. For a traditionally drawn black and white 24-page book, after 2 years, the inks from pages 17 through 20 are finally here.
Look at that fucking traditional artwork. Gawk. I am amazed.
Guys, that's not the art that I was sold at the original campaign page.
Which was not great, by the way, but this is like gawk. I'm gawking at this artwork. Crunch is my soul.
Yeah, I'm going to straight up say it. That looks like somebody wiped their ass with that thin tissue at the gas station.
And you know what? Okay, not to be a hypocrite here, just being devil's advocate. I actually don't mind like gaudy artwork, right?
I don't either. If
the story works. My big thing here was based off the fact that the artwork looked like shit at first.
Okay.
Until I read the fucking thing and the artwork made perfect sense. And it's actually really good artwork. When you come to appreciate the artwork, you're like, actually, it's actually good artwork. I don't know. Is there a way that I could read this book and be like, this is actually really good artwork? Maybe. Maybe.
No. You know what?
Peter Patter fucking blew my mind. And now I have to look at this and go, maybe, man, maybe this is really good and we don't even know, because Pitter Patter blew my fucking mind, man. And we're going to, all three of us, by the way, for everybody watching, we're all going to be in the third Pitter Patter because of how much we fucking love that book.
Yeah.
And blasted that book on these channels.
Not only are the three of us in that book, our families are in that book.
Yeah. And they're going to be like fucking amazing. That book is going to be Pitter Patter 2. It's Pitter Patter 2, but it's the third in the series.
Right.
But that book is going to be so good. That book, I've already seen some artwork. It's over on Jeremy Harvey's page on Facebook. Jeremy Harvey doing Pitter Patter. That book is totally worth the money. Get that fucking
100%.
book.
100%.
Which makes me question.
No. Like, I'm all about that. Yes, I have to interject for just a moment here, though.
Okay.
Don't get that book. You need to do yourself the service. If you are going to invest in this, you need to get the whole series.
It's the whole thing, dude. It's Delusions of Grandeur, Pitter Patter.
The third one is obviously going to be the best because,
of course, it's going to have us in it, and we're doing food sticks.
What's going on, Cloudy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Party.
So my first initial reaction is always like when I see this is to go, yeah, yuck, right? But then again, I have to instantly like remind myself, no, actually, I can't go there because I was made an ass of myself for shitting on that other book for a minute until I bought it.
Mo Biggs is saying just for the book and prints, talking about Egg Beater, it was $15. So did I get the double when it came to Egg Beater then? Because I paid $35 on the
You
campaign.
always buy like the top tier. Like you're like the best
do.
fucking supporter of indie books that I've ever met.
I like supporting people. Bite me.
Yeah, but okay, that's great. And Jake, everybody needs to be kissing your ass.
You
okay,
need a big pat on the back for that. You
like everybody needs to kiss your ass because you do back top tiers every fucking time.
Very upstanding, and
you back books so that you can send it to people that can't back the books, right? Everybody needs to be kissing your ass, especially Ali Sanguis, because you backed obviously a higher tier book, you know, so that you can send everybody, whether for whatever reasons. People need to be like, I want to get on your show to justify, you know what I mean? Allie needs to come on the show so she can sit there and talk shit to me. I'll take it. She can sell. She called me a jackass.
Get permission to use your face in her book, Peter?
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe I've been in her chat a few times, and she used to fucking get real short with me in her fucking videos.
He also had a few to drink. He probably agreed to it.
Of course. Yeah, that's the thing. I used to get in her chat when she was on with Allie with hockey, and I love hockey. Hockey's hilarious.
Allie is the writer. She's the writer. She's the editor. She does all that stuff. She's actually the editor for one of Von Coleman's things going on. I think it's an anthology.
She used to have a show called Allie and Hockey Show, and I used to love it. And hockey was my favorite. But I used to get in their chat, and she every time, because I wasn't a regular or I hadn't been a regular, every time I'd make a comment, which I thought was clever, maybe because I was drunk, she would always get like real fucking short with me with her responses. Like somebody says something stupid, she laughs her ass off, and then I make an actual joke that is funny, and she's like, why would you even, I don't even know who you are. Why would you say that? And I'm like, okay. And then it got kind of offensive to me. I was offended. I was like, I was offended as a man. Because she would talk shit to me in her chat.
24 pages in black and white with this art should not be taken 2 years to make. But here we are with 17 through 20 of a 24-page book. 2 years out. We
have 4 more to go.
August.
4 more to go. So in about a year, she'll be ready for print.
In about a year, we'll be there.
4 more pages?
4 more pages.
I'm sorry. It needs 4 more pages on this 24-page book.
Well, it takes a certain artist caliber months a page.
I mean, look at that artwork, though. So,
but we cannot judge on that art. You do not know the life of that artist. It might take him a week to just concept the fucking
do they have
idea.
Cancer and they just got evicted?
Well, that too, or they could be living in their backyard because their house flooded.
Their lifestyle with their Post-it note style artwork.
We've heard it all. Artists whose house is flooded and they were literally in tents in their backyard who weren't getting paid for books they've been working on for a year. We've heard about artists who got cancer and they had problems. We heard people had crick in their neck and all of a sudden they had breast cancer, and then they fucking couldn't. Then the wrist broke, and they what was Fragaboom's excuse for a couple? He had neck problems, which caused him to start drinking, and he became an alcoholic, and then he couldn't fucking finish his book because of that. Everyone's got an excuse.
Mo Big says, I think part of the reason the book is so late is that Allie had to come to terms with the trauma of Jake cutting his hair. I had long hair back in the early days.
We need to have a photo day because I had hair down to my shoulders. I got a photo of that.
I used to have long hair too, man.
Yeah, we need to have a photo day.
I used to be like fucking Jay with the beard. Everybody or Silent Bob with the beard.
Ben says, while I don't believe you about Pitter Patter, let's just assume it's the exception and not the rule.
Pitter Patter is the exception. I will agree to that in the sense. I'll agree to that in the sense that Pitter Patter is the exception.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. And also, I'm going to say so that part of the deal, this wasn't in the original contract for part 3 of Pitter Patter, but I'm going to go ahead and put that term out now because that means something. When the Pitter Patter movie is made, I am holding on to my right to portray my character in the movie.
Yeah, I want to be me
right now.
There's a pile of dead bodies, and half the dead bodies are me. And I expect to play every dead body in that pile when the movie comes. I'll fucking put my head in my own ass for that scene because there's a panel where my head is in my own ass.
I just want to say there may be a place where I get to shoot a cow in the head with a cow shooting gun. Nobody can play this role.
No Country for Old Men.
OG.
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men style, exactly.
Yeah. And Hockey is a good dude. I like Hockey.
He really is.
He's a great guy. And I haven't seen him streaming because I don't know if he just still does it with Ali, but Hockey's a great guy.
Mo Biggs is talking about Ali's artist. I don't know for sure, but I think it's his first time doing comic sequential art. That's not an excuse, though.
I mean, but that's nothing wrong with that either. I don't honestly have a problem with any of that. The problem is it's taken a very long time. She has shit on her audience. Like part of her audience came from the promotion she got from Comicsgate. And she has since shit on Comicsgate because she was part of that Dungeoneer bullshit. Which to be Dungeoneers, listen up. Jake, make me big. Make me big.
Make me big.
Here we go. Oh god.
You're very demanding on my channel.
He's calling them out by name. You got to say their first name. Like
to the Dungeoneers. Okay? All the rest of us don't really give a shit what you did. Like it doesn't matter. Phone call recordings or none of that shit.
Look
shit room talking.
Shit
room talking. None of that fucking matters. The problem was you said fuck Comicsgate, right? Because you were mad at Ethan. But Comicsgate isn't the ones that you had a problem with. Comicsgate are the people that were supporting you. Why did you shit on Comicsgate? If you're mad at Ethan, say, harumph. I don't like what Ethan's did to me. But God bless Comicsgate. Instead, you're like hiding in the shadows, shrieking in fear. Comicsgate is the villain. That was like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? Comicsgate is not the problem here, right? Whatever your beef is with these other guys is the same as Fragaboom. It has nothing to do with Comicsgate. That's it. That's all I have to say. Because I like a lot of the Dungeoneers.
Out of your whole dictionary, all you could get out was harumph.
that's the one that stood out. Yeah.
Okay. Harumph, I say. I don't know.
Okay,
what's better than
Jake,
harumph?
Can I be big for just a second?
What's bigger than harumph? Give me a better one than harumph.
Go big.
I just want to be big for just a second because I want to say this. And I've got shit going on in the background over here. My apologies.
Make me big. Make me big again.
I'm going to look directly. This is what I've got to say about this. So I completely agree with everything. I'm taking the glasses off and everything. I completely agree with everything that Peter has to say there. However, I have to absolutely 1000% disagree with the pink and green microphone that he's speaking into when he says it. That's all I have to say.
Make me big, Jake.
God
because there is no microphone. I don't know what you're talking about. I've got yellow and I've got green. And this is all merch that I got from campaigns that fulfilled on time from people who said, no, from people who make awesome campaigns. But I kept hearing about all these campaigns are.
Do you guys see why I make fucking videos? It's so I can get a fucking word in on my own goddamn channel.
Stop unmuting me, Jake, so that I can speak. You muted me, or stop muting me so that you can speak. That's unreal. Make me big again. I don't know. I don't have anything to say. Go ahead and make me. I'm done. Oh, hold on. No, make me big again, real quick. Because here's a book that you can get right now on Amazon that is totally worth it.
I swear to God, dude.
How to Grow on YouTube by Stanley Orchard. You can get this on Amazon right now.
Dude.
I got the pre-sale version. It's just not for
Stanley
resale.
Orchard.
It's got
Boom,
that big
right here.
stripe on it.
Yeah. YouTube
Jake, I've got
strategy
your
guide.
copy right here too, dude. I'm sorry I haven't said. Thank you for that, Peter. I really appreciate that.
You can get this book right now, and it's a fucking awesome Christmas present for anybody who's aspiring YouTuber.
See, Stanley, how patient I am. I don't bug you about it. I just wait.
Yeah,
until somebody else brings it
I
up.
will fulfill. I will fulfill.
All right, I'll let you speak for a minute while I go get another beer.
All right, you do that, man.
No, hold on a second. Before I do that, real quick, I need you to no, wait a minute. I can't.
Oh man, but God God damn. Let's get through the chat a little bit here.
Yeah. I'm sure they got a lot to say here.
Draw Zombie. Woo, 3 years. I got 100 pages colored and lettered. I'm about to send out to print the final draft. That's awesome.
Pat on the back to
subscribe
you
hero,
for
man.
that. That's
Subscribe
wicked.
hero
That
is
is
gonna be
some solid
great.
work.
Mo Biggs, I don't know for sure, but okay, we already went through that one. Oh, something about the artist Alley's working has always rubbed him the wrong way. Any stream he was on, he had to tune out after a few minutes. That's what it's like here with Peter.
Yeah. I got a little. We got a little experience on that one.
Yeah. Ethan wasn't the one shitting on Dungeoneers. Okay. Yeah, he was just saying whoever you have the shit going on with, don't blame it on the whole group. That's like saying every fucking Republican or every fucking Democrat is an issue.
Oh, I appreciate the clarification on that.
TGIS is Jake's empire. Oh, this is Jake's empire.
And thank you for letting us be a part of that, Jake. It's fun.
Stanley having a stroke? Are you Stanley?
About nightly.
There was a guy named Dick Rump in my subdivision growing up. When him and his wife walked every day as kids, we would holler Dick Rump. Thank you.
That's the kind of guy that needs a soundtrack for his life.
Yeah, no shit. Dick Rump.
Just the way you say it, dude. It can't even be normal. Like you can just say Stanley Orchard and it's normal Stanley Orchard, but you can't say Dick Rump without going Dick Rump.
No, your parents hated you. Peter, stop yapping about Stanley's book and start reading it so this show can finally hit 220.
It's a good damn book.
I'm waiting on it. And by the way, Stanley Orchard has 2 channels. He has Stanley Orchard, where he does all of his fishing stuff with his family, fun watch. And he also has Stanley Orchard Studios, where he goes on, he talks about how to grow on YouTube and whatnot. Check him out.
I appreciate that, Jake. Thank you. Like my 2 cents on that. If I'm going to fail at something, I'm going to fail at it twice.
Well, here's the thing. You already have 6,000 followers on your fishing channel, right? So now you're just working on a new channel to help other people. And we can get that. I see you back there, Peter, but go fuck yourself.
Oh, wait, there we go. I was how to get your attention because I don't know if you knew if I was still there or not.
Good. Let's get the fuck on with this guy.
Hey, real quick. It's the holiday season. And I've got to say,
holiday season.
In a couple of days, it's going to be Stanley's birthday.
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah,
now,
you're right.
Stanley, because I already know you're probably going to end up having to leave before, and I haven't been able to talk to you before the show. Probably won't be able to talk to you after. Did you get a package in the mail recently?
Yeah, so I did. And
that's the USB hub thing.
Yeah, is that from you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Luke said when I said to him when he got my gift. He was like, "Was that from you?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's for me." And he's like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" And I was like, anyways, yes, there's method to the madness. It'll make sense in a couple more days when the rest of it shows up.
Okay, cool. So the thing that confused me about it is it just came from like some dude named Philip in like Worthington, Texas.
No, that's wherever I bought it from, I think.
Okay. That confused the hell out of me. I have it sitting on the table and I'm like, do I have to return this?
No. That's what I wanted to make sure. And I'm glad you waited, Jake, until I got back to talk about this one.
Oh yeah, let's jump in.
Let's jump into this one.
This is the most fun I've had with shitting on a creator, somebody that supposedly came
and
from.
I didn't like it. We waited a long time before we fucking did that,
but
because
I jumped the gun a little bit on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And when he posted a page of his book, one of the sequential pages, I decided to write on there because let's be honest, his letter was not shit. And so I wrote,
"No, thank you."
I wrote on it, where's Eric Weathers when you need it?
And because his lettering sucked. His lettering was looking like shit on his campaign. Right now, we've said this before politely. When somebody has bad lettering, this is the book we are referring to when we talk about bad lettering.
This is horrible lettering.
And we tried to call it out nicely. Or Jake did. He's like, "Hey, man, where's Eric Weathers when you need him?"
Could have been nicer.
No. because that's as nice as you can get. Where's Eric Weathers? You're being polite. You're being cool with Eric Weathers, and you're also giving him a hint. Hey, maybe your lettering sucks ass. And instead, he's
without airing it out in front of people.
Yeah, there's not a nicer way to do it without being gay or a girl, right?
Right.
So you were pretty cool when you're like, "Yeah, where's Eric Weathers when you need him?" That is the perfect response to when you see this shit. What is this off the comms? Like, what is that?
I
was hyped about
that right there. You need to take a screenshot of that because that is the one right there. The off the comms. It's the one that stands out.
One.
That is the absolute.
The WTF.
How not to do that.
Yeah, and the WTF or whatever, that fucking one that I was like, who says WTF, bro? Like, nobody says that shit. Right,
and
so you were polite enough.
Like, you can
there
use
it is.
Actual programs to make that fit in there. It's not that hard of a thing.
Have you ever heard of?
Do it on your own, but
have you ever heard of Defont.com? Like, you can literally just download a free font and get a better font than this shit.
This is where I'll even disagree with Mo on this one. The book looked like dog water.
Okay. No.
The lettering just made it worse.
The first cover that he posted, that original piece.
Cover. We're not. That's different from pages
because I'm getting there. The first cover looked fucking phenomenal. It blew me out of the water. I was like, I got to get this book. Then he had posted some artwork, which I haven't seen since. It's not on the campaign. It's not on his website. I don't know where this artwork went. It had like some beautiful artwork of the fucking Death Raider character and his cape or whatever, and it was like all these like hexagons, and it looked really fucking badass. And I was like, holy shit. And then he had posted some other panels of some girl with a fisheye lens, and I'm totally sold. All the while, there was no lettering. But then on his campaign, he updates with this shit, with the lettering and some of this artwork. It is completely different than everything he had posted up until this point. And that's when you're like telling me, bro, I don't know about this artwork. And I was like, no, the artwork's great. And you're like, I don't know about the fonts. And I was like, no, this book's going to be great. And then you showed me the shit that he had been posting. And I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. Like, it's like shitty scribbles over photographs and then put in panels, and then the fucking lettering was so horrible. Look at every three of those.
No. I tell you what. I'm going to take, for anybody who's like looking to do a comic book and you're having an issue with your lettering, I'm going to tell you right now exactly how to solve this problem fucking immediately.
Off the comms.
The off the comms right there. Perfect example. So that little bubble, you do not fit that text into the bubble. That bubble is going to be a different layer. It better be its own different separate layer in Photoshop or something like that. And you do the little like fucking dots on the outside of that, and you stretch that thing out to fit in the off the comms.
You're talking about
you have to adjust the off the comms.
You're talking about dragging out the word bubble
stretching
around
out the bubble
off
itself
the
to fit around.
Now hold on.
This is the best example of that. And like the WTF is a better example of where you could do something like that. That off
WTF
the comms,
is completely
different.
It's
level.
completely different problem. Off the comms is actually okay. I've heard the argument
should be a
that
separate bubble all of itself. It should be.
Okay, maybe, but here's the thing. It's not so much because I've heard the argument that you have to have the word bubble surrounding the words. That's not true. It's not a rule. There's no such thing as the rule. Every time somebody says you have to do this and that, no. You don't. There's no rules, right? It has to look good, right? So straight off the bat, this does not look good.
No, okay? It looks like it was done on fucking Word.
So exactly, and that's one of the main reasons it doesn't look good. Is there a way to make it look good where it could say off the comms outside of the word bubble? Yes, It's totally a way to do that.
Yep.
If you drew it and then didn't use just a font and a shitty font at that to say off the comms. And on top of that, off the comms in red, and then if you're going to go outside that word bubble, if you can't read it, because obviously you can't read it easily, you need to have some white outlining and then a black outline or something to fucking make those words pop out. He's clearly screaming off the comms. That's got to stand out. It doesn't because he's fucking it's lazy. It's fucking lazy. And that's what Jake...
It's also lazy. Like, I'm going to double down on this one because you're absolutely right about that. So you're talking about choosing the font that makes it stand out as like its own thing that can be on top of the word bubble. You're absolutely right. And He already did it with the WTF is a different font that probably
Well, here's the other thing. Let me explain what he did here. Okay. This, from my guesstimation, okay, he watched one YouTube video on how to do word bubbles in Photoshop, because this is where I was at after one video of watching word bubbles in Photoshop. All right. I don't do word bubbles. I actually would rather just write and draw the word bubbles myself. Right. It's a pain in the fucking ass to get it right. And if you fuck up, then Jesus Christ, it looks bad. But if you're going to do it, you need a little finesse. You need some work. The tail on this off the comms, first of all, the word bubbles themselves, there's a lot to get into. But basically, he watched one video on how to do lettering and word bubbles, and then used Illustrator or Photoshop to do that tail off that word bubble. The same with the WTF, the same with all these word bubbles on this page here, right? It is the bare minimum level 1 word bubble. What is he what? God damn it! What the hell? Shitty sketching over photographs. Are you talking about Death Raider? Are we back? Oh my god! All right. Fair, that's a fair comment, but the pitter patter is far superior to Death Raider when it comes to doing that technique. What's cool about adding red to black and white book is you get added cost without it looking any better. It's fucking lazy. Keep in mind the poor dude was working on this book between double shifts and Excuse Factory. That's true. That's where we're talking about. Okay, enough of the ranting. That's where it comes down to.
Yeah.
When this fucking book, when we start noticing this shit, okay, nobody's talking about it. He was on the Comicsgate Kings. He was not very entertaining on there.
No.
There was a point where we were just kind of like, we're going to have to talk about
We're going to listen. We're going to listen to exactly what he's saying.
Because he's not saying anything. We had to actually bring it up. And in the comments, what was it, you or me? You brought up the fuck, where's Eric Weathers when you need him? And then he fucking flipped his lid and sent you this fucking DM I've never fucking seen before. And then I didn't want to believe it. You told me about it, and I was like, there's no way. It's Rob Hunter, man. It's Rob Hunter. And you're like, no, this dude's a bitch. And I was like, nah, he's not a bitch. Come on. And you're like, no, this dude's a fucking pussy. And I was like, he's not a pussy. And you're like, no, fuck this pussy and this bitch. He needs to get fucking hand fisted up the ass. And I was like, bro. And that's rough. But then you showed me all this, and I was like, God damn, you're right, bro. And so then, like, we made the comment in his updates to say, after your shit, right? Because you commented, what was your response, Jake? After he fucking flipped his shit and sent you that DM like an ex-girlfriend.
So it's
you don't have to hurt my feelings publicly.
It's all on the big Ghost Raider episode that we did.
Yeah,
right?
Go back and watch that.
I basically said, dude, my bad. I was just trying to call something out. And he just gave me paragraph after paragraph of this is why you do this in the back rooms. You don't
Ex-girlfriend shit.
Everybody.
Where's the receipts?
Oh,
well,
dude.
we have a whole episode on it. That's why. So don't even bother pulling up the receipts. Go back and watch the Death Raider episode.
I remember that one. I remember being in my garage. I had the homemade liquor in the back of the garage when we were sitting there doing that one.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that. I remember that.
Hey, if he deletes his account, do the texts go with him?
I don't think so. If not, you got to screenshot that shit now before it does.
Well, luckily we have a whole episode dedicated to it where you can find it.
Bam. So basically, he's acting like a fucking bitch, and so we ended up, or we're like, enough is enough. Like, where the fuck are the updates? Where the fuck is this comic book going? After like a year or some shit after that response, we start commenting in his campaign saying, "Hey, where's the update?" And then he fucking flips his shit on the updates. What did?
Oh,
and we did a whole episode on that.
You know, if Mo Biggs says he was on the Comicsgate Kings, he wasn't very entertaining on there. I should clip that and send it to my boy Liam without context, just so you learn the dojo lesson again.
Again? I didn't learn any lesson the first time.
He hasn't learned any lessons since like 1987.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna learn any new
So-
lessons, man. I'm gonna take it like some weird ADHD fucking autistic kid.
So Rob got all butt hurt, got a pine cone shoved up his ass or something, and decided to be like, this was supposed to fund my lifestyle because I'm in the hole right now and I need the money.
Yeah.
Fuck your lifestyle,
he was
dude.
acting
I'm
like
backing
it was
a
our
fucking
fault.
book.
He acted in that response. He acted like it was the backer's fault for not backing him enough because $50,000 wasn't enough for him to live off of for 3 years.
Nah,
He
go
was
fuck
expecting
yourself.
100,000, and he couldn't live off of 50 long enough.
I'm
It was
not
like our
here.
fault.
No backer is here to fund your fucking lifestyle. If you're able to do that after all the funding, good for you. But we're here for the product. And if you can't deliver on the product and you keep on trying to throw out more campaigns, trying to get more, or you're bitching about not making enough while you're in demand, guess what? It is what it is. You got the
man,
money
and
that
that
you got.
fucking that
Sorry you
shitstorm
suck, man.
that came after his response, like, you motherfuckers didn't give me more than $50,000. I can't live off of that. How am I supposed to make a comic book with 50,000? I can't live and buy prostitutes and fucking pizza for 5 years off of $50,000. This is your fault, YouTube. This is your fault, Ethan Van Sciver.
If
Like-
I ever get invited on Ethan's channel, I'm immediately going to make up a character, and my name's going to be Bob Archer.
All right, we're the flapjack and hookers.
My name's going to be
Oh,
Bob
dude.
Archer, and I'm going to bitch and complain about this campaign. Better be back in my lifestyle.
Ethan ever brings me on his show and I'll be like, thanks for being on your show, jackass. Thanks for all the fucking promotion, jackass. Where's the 100K, jackass? I'm just like, because you might as well just start from the beginning, right? Because
No
that's
shit.
how it ends up
I swear to God, just
with these
Hey, pull
fucking
up Mo's
guys.
comment.
But
Mo's got a
this-
good
All
one on
right,
that.
what's Mo say?
this guy Rob Hunter 100% guarantee has made it very clear that it doesn't matter if you come from the big two or not. Even if you claim it, you can still act like a little bitch.
This is like, it seems to be more often than not, by the way. It seems there's only a few people with the integrity to keep this shit going without. And
Right.
you know what? To everybody who wants to be upset with Trashcast, they'd be like, "Oh, all this shit, bro. Trashcast is what's keeping it fucking going." What else? What other solution is there when you have so many bitches in your in the midst, right? Acting like that, you have to fucking start Trashcast. You have to start shitting on people like Eric July, who just recently fucking lied out his ass to his audience about we hire American, we keep Americans employed. Bro, 80% of his staff are fucking Brazilians or some shit making his comics. Nobody's making money in America off of Rippaverse. He fucking lied to his audience.
Yep.
And if you're still buying Rippaverse shit, shame on you.
Guys, give him a break. He wasn't living some extravagant lifestyle. He's the creator of Death Raider. He couldn't even afford to buy a vowel.
That's pretty
damn.
good, Mo. That's
All
a
right.
good one.
This one was by Joshua Durstein. This was Amarok.
Let's go. Are we getting a good one here now? $21,000. We got a good one.
318 backers.
All right, 20.
This was
Yeah,
funded
yeah.
back in June of 2023, the day after my birthday.
So basically, what
Ah.
happened was he made his money and he fulfilled and delivered on his comic book, and everybody was happy, right, Jake?
That is not what happened.
Oh.
I have not seen this book yet. It's been 2 years. Let's see what the update says. Update from March. Pencils have been completed. Haven't had an update since March. The moment has finally arrived after months of hard work, countless revisions, yada, yada, yada. All right.
Yada,
so
yada, 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 yada,
God
yada, yada,
damn.
yada.
All right. I don't need this in my inbox.
What is
That
that
looks like
episode of
something-
Frasier where the dog is
Yeah.
listening to them talk and he's like yada 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 Eddie yada 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 Eddie yada yada. That's what I fucking hear when I look at those big long fucking updates.
All right.
Yada 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 Eddie, and then I see a piece of artwork. It's
So
like,
he gave an update back in March. And he's got a lot of people asking about the fucking campaign, especially Paul Acevedo.
Who's Paul Acevedo? I remember that name. Who's
Yeah.
Paul Acevedo. What did he do?
Fragaboom.
Fragaboom.
Well,
That's
his avatar there says Fragaboom.
Fraga's name.
Anyway,
Hold on. What's Fraga's real name? It's Dan Fraga. Who's Paul Acevedo?
no, Dan Frag. I don't know. Just Paul Acevedo. I don't know. Ask Mo. He'll know.
Mo, who's Paul Acevedo?
But anyway, 21,000 2 years ago. And the pencils were just completed back in March.
Hold on, you gotta read Mo. Mo's funny.
All right, hang on.
Let
me
Mo,
see.
Mo derails this show in the best of ways.
Yeah.
Better than me. I'm like a fiver derailer. He's like a fucking tenor.
Oh, isn't that dude famous for being younger than NTM? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Amarok still hasn't delivered yet. No, it fucking hasn't. It's been 2 years and change. Let's see.
Yeah, it's about to be
Art
2026.
Jedi.
We're like
Okay.
weeks away from the next year.
I remember starting a rumor that his dad was in Rio Speedwagon, REO Speedwagon. Based on he looked like a young version of the dude from REO Speedwagon. Okay. But yeah, so it's been 2 years for this book and some change, and the pencils are just completed. So
I do remember this book.
But
I
he
thought
gave
this
an
character looked
update
cool.
back in March, but we're 2 years out. Now, granted, if it's 2 years out and the pencils are just being completed for this book and people still aren't
There
dogging
better be
him
some
about it,
really
they're just
damn good
asking
pencils.
questions, I don't want to hear anything out of
Is
anybody.
this the pencils or the inks?
These are inks, obviously.
All right, I'll tell you right now, after the pencils, if it takes 2 years to do pencils, the inks done on a computer, because I can tell you right
You're
now
right.
that those inks are done
These
on a
are
computer.
inks. Ali Sanguis, that was pencils or inks. What the fuck ever. But anyway, yeah, another 2 years and some change on this one. I don't really have any complaints on this one because it's awesome looking art. He does give updates, even though it's sporadically. It's not very, fine tuned with delivering on updates, but whatever.
At least some of the inks on
But
this.
it's
has
2
been
years and some
digital.
change. All right, we're there. We're at 2.5 years. It's December.
Okay,
This next
that's not
one-
that's not horrible. 2
That's
years,
not horrible.
2.5.
All
right.
It's a lot, Stanley, but we all understand it's a lot. But when you're like trying to make fine art, right, and you're doing your best work, 2 years, it's not horrible.
Yeah, no, yes, but the fuck, dude, you know what you're doing. You know what you can do, and you can set up a good timeline for it. If it's going to take 5
Pros.
years,
Hold
it takes
on.
5 years. You tell people it's going to take 5 years.
All right,
you know?
pros know what they're doing. So when they take 5 years, it's like, come on, dude. Come on.
What I'm hearing with that though is
But-
that nobody can accomplish anything on time, and I should expect that like that 2.5 year delay is totally acceptable.
which
And
is the
That's my
problem,
whole
because
fucking point. That's my whole fucking
that is the
point,
point.
of this
You're
whole
right.
goddamn thing.
because we're trying to bring more people into this area, right? Into this idea. And you're completely right in the sense that when you're trying to convince somebody to jump in and start backing indie books, even big name especially big name creators, you expect them to be able to fucking produce shit on time, or at least in a reasonable amount of time, right? And not just like the best, like they should be able to produce some pretty fucking solid work in a reasonable amount of time.
Something.
And when it takes 5 years, there better be a damn good excuse, because what is the fucking point? There's no hype.
And updates.
There's no excitement. And this is on the bigger creators like Ethan when it comes to Rainbow the Brute. I would say Cyberfrog is fine. I think the third book is kind of like a little bit overdue, but Rainbow the Brute is definitely way overdue. I will give one caveat to that. Rainbow the Brute is very late. One caveat. He is running a YouTube channel that is keeping this whole fucking thing going. That is a pretty big fucking burden, considering everybody relies on his fucking channel, and you need no more proof than in the past week where Von Klaus gets kicked from his fucking channel, and that's it for him with CG in general. Like, you get kicked from the Ethan show, well then, goodbye Comicsgate. Like, that just fucking proves that everything revolves, all Comicsgate, based off of you guys. And the fact that you don't want to own Comicsgate, you're just going to let him have that title, right? It is his title. It's his fucking Comicsgate is Ethan Van Sciver, because when you're not on his show, you run and hide and you say, fuck Comicsgate.
All right.
You don't have to do that.
I'm going to call it out.
Nobody's asking you to do that.
Out. Peter.
So here's where
that's yourself.
But no, hold on, no, I'm not done yet, because that's why Ethan gets the fucking leeway when it comes to Rainbow the Brute and his late books, because in the meantime, he has to keep a movement going, or the Comicsgate idea going so far that people rely on it to the point where if they're not in the Comicsgate King's room, they might as well not even be Comicsgate, right? That's a huge burden on Ethan that I will give him the 5-year leniency, and it sounds ridiculous. But if it takes him 5 years to put out Rainbow the Brute, because he, in the meantime, has to deal with jackasses, you know what I mean? To keep this whole fucking thing going, if everybody is relying on him, then he deserves some fucking leniency for the effort he puts into keeping this shit going. And it will come out. We all know it's gonna come out.
I got a question on that.
Okay.
Are there any comic books that Ethan Van Sciver has never fulfilled on?
There's books you can't say that, because there's books he's put out that he's not fulfilled yet.
Look,
no. The oldest one.
They're current ones, like right now. But in the past, he doesn't have any that are like 10 years overdue, right?
Blood Honey, and
any books that will never get fulfilled? Because everything he's put out, they're getting fulfilled. But you can't say, is there any books that Ethan has put out that will never get fulfilled? Well, we don't know the future. So everything he has put out,
we are ongoing projects. Is he ignoring Rainbow the Brute for something else?
If there is anything that is there anything that's being ignored from Ethan? Rainbow the Brute's the one, right? It's the one that has been pushed back the furthest than anything he's ever done. And there's a lot of reasons why. And he's got his reasons. Go watch his channel and you'll understand why. I see this whole fucking thing and I'm like, this guy, everybody is relying on him.
Well, how many?
And at the same time, he's got a book that's really fucking late. But he's also
somebody who's done 50 comic books, and he has one that's 5 years late, and that's a lot. Like, I'm not forgetting on that. But if he's done a shit ton of books, and he now has one that's a couple of years late,
on top of everything,
on that.
On top of everything he's done, he has this one book that's exceptionally late. Out of everything he's done, one book that's exceptionally late. And I will say, out of all of the indie books, everybody, if anyone deserves a fucking leniency here, it's Ethan Van Sciver and the Rainbow the fucking Brute. Because he's got so much shit on his fucking plate that he's got going on. He's the only one that I'm going to give that fucking leeway to the point that I give him the leniency. I'm not even worried at all about Rainbow the Brute. Because I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about any of the Ethan Van Sciver
When you compare
campaigns.
The guy who's been doing this for 40 years and has a book that is currently late versus the guy who has been doing this for 5 years and on their first book is 5 years late, there's a night and day fucking difference between those two.
Yeah, when you've got a guy who's fucking never going to put out a book and it's his first book.
Model. And it does suck that Ethan is I know it's big shoes and everything. I'm not knocking you, Ethan, but you got big shoes and it sets a precedent. Like when you do it now, obviously other people are going to do it. And that sucks.
Yeah, but there's the other thing. If you've ever backed an Ethan Van Sciver campaign, this is the other caveat.
A lot on it. Yeah.
When he delivers, you're like, holy shit, he fucking delivers, right? Like nobody. So that's another reason that I'm not worried about any campaign. Even if I never get Rainbow the Brute, right? I'm not worried about it. Every other fucking book he's ever fucking put out, when I get it, he fucking delivers. So I'm going to give him that leniency. And that's why I'm going to put him on that fucking. That's where I put him on that fucking pedestal and say, you know what? I don't even care.
Yeah.
It's a different.
He had real life issues that made the Brute as late as it is, but admittedly, before those, he was probably slacking.
There might have been moments where he's slacking, but I don't even give a shit about that.
Slacking on that, like not the other stuff, because you're
slacking on the book. But in the meantime, he's entertaining thousands of people with his YouTube channel. He's got his fucking He's got his eBay shit
I had
going.
to go to Long Island and get another iced tea. So excuse me.
Deservedly so. You can't even
cheers.
announce that without Peter like completely narrating.
Jake, I'm sorry. Go ahead and go big again.
I don't need to go big again. I showed what I needed
Go
to.
big,
You know
Jake.
exactly what's going to happen
Jake.
if you go big. Don't go
Jake,
big.
but anyways, the
Don't-
Shiner
don't-
Bock
you knew
Holiday
it was gonna
Cheer beers where I'm at. I just want to say happy holidays to everybody.
I made this wine, and I know with like 90% certainty that I will not be able to see out of at least one eye tomorrow.
I got to go to work in the morning. But
Shit.
so
All
I'm
right.
done
Next
with my
one.
rant about the Ethan. I give him.
He's
He's the other end of the spectrum that I actually don't mind how late that shit is because he's
I got a
entertaining
question.
every day.
Oh, Mo Biggs did it.
All right, how'd it go?
I got to put Peter on the spot. Cyberfrog or Pitter Patter?
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh, that's actually
That's a good one.
it is
Like,
kind of a good one.
Okay, there's caveats. Is it Cyberfrog and I'm waiting 5 years, or Pitter Patter and I get it next week? Because honestly, to be honest, I backed Cyberfrog a couple years ago, right? I backed Pitter Patter and I got in a couple weeks. Pitter Patter is on par, if not better, as a story than Cyberfrog.
God damn.
Okay,
He said
but
it. Said
but
it here.
Cyberfrog is a little different because there's more to Cyberfrog than just the comic book, which is awesome. The story is pretty good.
No,
right?
I think you gave him what he's
The
going to clip.
artwork is fantastic.
I think you gave him what he's going to clip.
That's fine, but I'm going to keep going because
Is this going to
Pitter
be
Patter
is this going
is
on
a
Reddit?
story that is really good, like a really fucking surprisingly amazing story, right? The artwork goes really good with it. I know, and that was the
Okay,
man.
I got-
If anybody was
I got
going to get me, that was it right there. Was
Can
the
I go
Pitter
big for
Patter
just a second?
Cyberfrog?
Yeah.
All right,
why
go ahead.
not?
I can almost promise this will be the last time that I ask, but I'm gonna ask to go big on this. I'm gonna get my shit straight. So here's the deal, Ethan. So right now, and the point in the conversation, what's going on right here, people are talking about the comparison of Cyberfrog versus Pitter Patter. And this is a unique conversation because there's a lot of like interesting points that go into it. What I would challenge you, if you see this, sir, I would challenge you to read Pitter Patter because I would be very interested in hearing what your thoughts are on Pitter Patter. Not in comparison to Cyberfrog. You can leave that conversation for us over here. We will make that call. But I would like to hear your thoughts on Pitter Patter.
I agree, man. I would love to hear what Ethan has to say about Pitter Patter.
Peter just roasted EBS
third one,
harder
Ethan,
than any
the third one.
SJW or anti-CG ever had.
That's the dude. Okay, Mo, congratulations, because that was the question right there. Obviously, oh my god, Jay.
I will
What are
say,
you doing?
Pitter Patter had me rolling when I read that book. That book is so off the fucking wall and hilarious. That is one of the most entertaining indie comic books I have ever read thus far out of all of my backings.
And it was the what blows my mind.
Compare it to Cyberfrog.
The third one. You got to read the third one.
The thing about Pitter Patter was that it was not expected to be. Not only was it amazing, but we started off roasting this book without even reading it because it looked ridiculous, and we roasted it for a minute, and then I bought it just to roast it live, and was so blown away that I couldn't. I wasn't even. I was like, "There's no way I can roast this book. This book is actually good. I liked it so much that I made these two read it."
Yeah,
It's actually good, unlike Zed and Odysseus from Timothy Lee Olsen.
Fuck, man, I'm trying.
This book is dog shit, man.
You don't understand. He was actually driving me to the store to get beer as he was, while driving, reading me Pitter
This
Patter.
book is dog shit, man.
Oh, fuck, it's funny. Fuck, man, I'm trying. That shit was the funniest thing I've ever seen. For anybody who doesn't know, the creator.
Okay, yeah, we got to talk about this one for a
The
second.
creator of that book was like, "Hey, man, enjoy any one of my books," and so you're like on Twitter, "Fuck,
This
man."
guy, this guy started seeing that I'm backing books, and I'm starting to do what we call grody reviews here. We look at the books, we back them, and we actually give reviews on them. But we don't just say whether they're good or bad. We say what we like about them. We say what we don't like about them and what could use a little work. We're actually honest about what we read. And sometimes we disagree with each other on this channel.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So Timothy Lee Olsen
totally disagree with me on Pitter Patter until I fucking proved them wrong.
He was like, hey, give my book Melvin a chance. And I was like, I don't really want to read Melvin. But anyway, so I ignored it and I went on with my day. Couple weeks later, he's like, hey, check out my book Melvin. Well, lo and behold, I actually found one of his books on Amazon. So I was like, this one looks entertaining because it's supposed to be a comedy parody book. See how his two characters are dressed like R2-D2 and C-3PO? Well, guess what? That's almost exactly what they look like in the fucking book. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a parody book. All right. So I give it its fucking chance. And I wish I never gave it a goddamn chance because it wasted 3 minutes of my life, which is how quickly you can read this fucking thing and how quickly you want to burn the fucker.
Yeah, but wasn't it worth the roast? The money's got to be worth the roast because we've had a lot of fun at that book. That's got to be worth the money at least.
I appreciate somebody who's willing to put themselves out on the line like that. Like it might be, I don't know how many he's got under his belt. If that's his first run,
and kudos for that.
He's got a book called Melvin, which he wanted me to check out. I said no, so I sent him a picture of this on his Twitter saying, "Hey, I backed this," and he says, "Enjoy." So I send a gift of Austin Powers on that little on that little writer thing that was stuck between two walls, and it said, "Fuck, man, I'm trying."
When you posted that, I was like, "Oh fuck, Jake's a monster." I don't even say that kind of shit on fucking stream most of the time.
Yeah.
But we're honest here. We try to be honest and have fun.
It actually made me happy that it was so bad because I hate it when people dog me to check out a book like that. Come on the fucking channel and talk about your book. I want to learn about you. I want to have a good time with you. Yeah, but when you just hit me up randomly.
Well said.
Hey, also a good response to that would have been, why don't you tell me how you really feel? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a way to react to shit.
So I would love the opportunity to burn your ass on a return. So if you ever get the chance to like burn me, go ahead. And
you know what?
Because I would like the opportunity to burn you back.
I'm actually considering doing these draw streams where I want to get roasted because I can fucking take it. I have fucking kids calling me fat all day long. I got a kid that asked me the other day, Mr. Orchard, would you rather have a tech deck or a cheeseburger? And I was like, I don't know what kind of cheeseburger are we talking about. You're like, Whataburger? Or are we talking about like Twisted
Oh, that's
Roots?
not even. No. I've heard worse ones from your kids. What was?
Yeah, well, I've got worse ones. Like, you fat and broke. Oh,
yeah,
and I'm like,
the fat and broke. That was the good one.
That was the first day of school. Like, they like since progressed. Do you order half the menu or do you order the whole menu? And I'm like,
no. Look at this.
What the fuck?
The guy randomly hits me up because we do reviews. And this is what it's just at Talon Studio. Not, hey, how you doing? Check out my book. Just my tag and his book Melvin over on Amazon. So I send him a picture of me with the book Zed and Odysseus. And I read that fucker. I read it. And then he goes, enjoy. He says, enjoy. So I reply, fuck, man, I'm trying. And the last I hear is, that's his reaction.
That's actually a pretty good reaction.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's not bad, dude.
That's an 8.3.
That's funny. That whole interaction was funny. That's the way it needs to be, right? People don't need to fucking be like, Jake just said, fuck, man, I'm trying. Goodbye, CG. I've had enough. No, I'm out.
No.
I'm just going to lay fucking quietly. Like,
this thing was not a fucking Star Wars parody. Not by a
no,
long shot.
It's not. The jokes that could have been landed with the cameo shit could have landed better. Like,
no. The
deliberate
IP
is
like a guy who talks to himself on a drywall. It's
He's
like,
like-
he was just
Yeah,
it
it's
was
like
so bad.
I'm gonna avoid IP infringement. Go. Like, oh, whoa, Bomo. Whatever
So the
that
idea
fucking.
is that I don't know why I'm doing a Grody review on this right now, but it's about two guys that get abducted. Their brains get abducted and spliced and put into two random robots by aliens. Okay. And then the next thing that they're trying to do is escape the fucking ship. And for some godforsaken reason, they run into this old man who shits himself. And yes, it sounds funny, but the execution is just horribly painful. There's
Hold on
no
a minute.
reason that is there. There's no exclamation. There's no declaration. It's just, hey, I shit my pants. Come clean me up.
Hey,
I
I
don't
shit
understand
my.
why.
Who shit my pants? I gotta say, Jake, real quick. The artwork isn't bad.
The
It's not
artwork's
horrible.
Not bad. It's
The
story
lettering.
that just drags.
The lettering is
Like,
like.
we're
But
probing.
all
Let's
things considered, to be
probe
fair
people.
here, with what we've talked about tonight, the artwork ain't half bad. The lettering ain't half bad. The story might suck, and
I
that is
appreciate that. That's credit where credit is
So
due.
probing-
Good
I
call
am
out.
trying to be fair
Ha-ha. Probing joke. He uses a dildo to probe humans. Ha ha. Funny.
here.
So no. This fucking book has two stories in
You're
it.
selling
It's
Peter
not
on this.
even
You realize
a
that?
full book. This book has two stories in it, each one either 7 to 13 pages each. And then the second story, for some goddamn reason,
Why do you
has
have two
Nigel
stories in
fucking
this?
Thornberry in the book. And this guy just rants off random shit. Okay, this
Oh,
guy
man.
has
That's like
no
Mobius.
reason to
Is
be
that
there.
fucking piece? Is that from Mobius?
Hey,
I have no idea. But anyway, he just shouts random shit. Like, that requires some idiot on a larger channel to be the bully and punch down, blah, blah, blah. Like, I see that you're trying to make fucking inside jokes.
This should have been a
but
crack
to
magazine.
A normal reader who you're trying to sell this to is not going to fucking get anything out of it. And the way you produce those statements for that character, it's like he has fucking Tourette's, man. They just, there's no reason. No rhyme
Now-
or reason for this fucking book.
There's another disclaimer, Jake. This is not one of the crowdfunded books. This is not to be confused with the books that you have crowdfunded and been jacked off on, because this book you bought on Amazon. This was a pre-made book. This is a side rant, by the way, for anybody watching, of a book that somebody fucking paid money for to get made. What's Mo Big saying? I gotta see this. If he's not a good writer, how does he come up with such amazing book titles?
Melvin.
Have you heard of JDA?
Goddamn, dude. That's $10 I'm never gonna get back.
Yeah. This book was not a
I don't know.
crowdfunded book.
I gotta say, so all the conversations that have been having about this, and I
Not a
know
good
it's being
book,
really
but-
rough on the dude, well deserved, but kudos to you for taking your licks on this one, sir, on your comic book.
No, don't say that.
I would
hate it
argue
when
that
people
it's worth
say
the
that.
$10 for the conversations that we've had about it.
Yeah, but don't say that.
No,
Kudos for taking
no,
the fucking beating.
No.
How many times have people said, like, wham, fuck you? Hey, kudos for taking that beating, by the way, because that was, I mean, might have been
No, I
unjust.
stand
there,
behind
but-
that. I think that's a completely fair compliment. Like you get to be the
No,
whipping boy of
no,
the show.
no.
Yeah, I
I
give
watched
credit to the
Liam-
whipping
I
boy.
watched Liam Gray get fucking reamed by John's dong box for a fucking hour. Liam was perfectly professional, and John was the whole time fucking trying to shit on Liam the whole fucking time, trying to get him at gotchas, right? And then by the end of the interview, he's like, well, fuck, I must have been wrong about you. Kudos for fucking taking that on the chin, sir. Like, fuck you, bitch. How dare you? Fuck you for being a piece of shit trying to constantly get a gotcha. Sorry, Stanley. I know you meant well by
I
that.
don't know
But,
what you're
I'm-
talking about with it.
No.
That you're like
well, let me rephrase.
okay.
Watch somebody get reamed by a guy for an hour and a half.
I will
trying to
not.
get a
I don't know what kind
gotcha.
of porn you're watching. I ain't into
All
that.
right, well, I watch the best porn. That's where a fucking jackass sits there and talks
Guys,
shit to an
brain
Aussie redhead and says, fuck you for being this. And he's like, sorry, mate. I think you're wrong about that. And he's like, well, fuck you for doing this. He's like, well, personally, I disagree with that. And blah, blah, blah. Well, fuck you for being a piece of shit. I don't know what evidence you have on that matter, sir. And then he's like, well, maybe I'm wrong about you, sir. Thanks for taking all these fucking whippings on the chin. You're a fucking man of men. And it's like, fuck you for being a piece of shit and constantly trying to fucking, like, get him. You know what I mean? Like, how dare somebody fucking sit there and ream on someone for so long? I'm talking about me right here, right? And then, but I don't sit there and go, you know what? Good for you for taking that. You're actually a better guy than I thought you were. I shit on you the whole
just saying, like,
time.
kudos to you for taking your licks.
What up, Corey?
Yeah, that's not a fucking thing to say. That's not a thing to say. You're right or you're wrong.
No, he's going to keep
somebody
taking
licks
them.
as
I'm
they
not
deserve
saying
it.
he's wrong. I'm saying he's going to keep taking them. I'm not drawing anything back.
That
I'm
book
just saying.
that Jake
by
just showed
the
off.
way,
That book is a bad book. It deserves to get fucking shit on for reasons of it being.
No. I thought you were pointing at me. I thought you meant my book.
No.
Like,
This book, the book he just read.
Yeah.
There's no kudos,
Keep shitting on
sir.
it. I'm not
No.
knocking that. You
The
got to
artwork-
learn your lesson.
The artwork was decent. The fucking lettering
But
was
somebody
decent.
who
The
takes their
story was
Somebody who wrote a
atrocious,
shit
and
book
you
and
need to
gets
be ashamed of your
completely
story
harangued
that you
for
just
it.
wrote. There's no like kudos for taking that on the chin. No,
Yeah, there is. No. Yeah, there absolutely
No,
is.
no,
Because
there's
if he
not.
puts out a shit book and he gets completely harassed by every single person who ever takes a look at it, and he actually takes that into account and then writes a good book, good for
you
you.
see what you did? You just fucking scared Jake away.
No, that was you. You did that. You
No, I
scared Jake.
didn't.
That wasn't
I'm
me.
being honest. I'm the only one here being honest right now. I'm saying
maybe.
that book was bad. He needs to work on it. I will
I
also
said it
say
was bad too. I didn't say it was good.
I'm also saying that that's an old book, right? Jake, there are newer books, the ones that he tried to get Jake to read. Jake was like, no, this one looks more interesting. I'm going to read this one instead. And he's like, no, don't read that one. Don't read that. And he's like, no, I'm going to read this one. And he reads it. And he's like, oh, this
That
book
makes
sucks.
sense. Yeah, I get you on
Oh.
that. I get you on that. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't put the time into context on that.
So that's an older book. It is probably going to be shittier. And it makes sense. But it's the whole idea. Sorry, and I'm not trying to shit on you, Stanley. Good for you for taking when I'm talking shit about you
Fuck
on the
off,
chin.
you bitch.
I'm good for you for taking that shit on the chin there. That's what I'm saying. It's exactly. Fuck you is what you got to say to me, right?
That's
I
what
got
he needs
three
to say
more.
to me. That's how you handle that. Just fuck off, Peter.
Exactly. Fuck
All
off,
right.
you drunk fucking faggot.
And I do say that you people need to go back and watch this thing from the beginning because we got pretty heated up in here. But anyway, let's continue.
There
Another
you go.
one that's laid on the docket is Type 1. Now, I
I
got
like
nothing to
this
get
one.
Sean, right?
Yeah, I like this guy.
And I backed this book.
I've got things
backed
to
this book
say.
twice.
I say this is a cool looking book. I didn't personally back it because I
So this one's
wasn't
not that far
about it.
out. This one is just 2 years old and some change because it
It's
funded
not
on
late.
8/14/2023. So it
Yeah,
funded in August of 2023.
this is
And at that time, it was only $6,500 that he made. But since then, he's made almost
yeah.
$8,500. Okay.
hell yeah.
Now,
And the artwork looks
here's-
pretty fucking
here's
legit.
the thing. He doesn't have any fucking updates on this campaign.
Ooh. You know, I bet if we reached out to him on Joe's channel, because
Well, see,
this
that's
guy's
the
on
thing.
Joe's channel,
He
right?
streams with Joe, so he's always in the eye of the consumer if they want to go check out Joe's channel. And he's talked about things that have come to pass
Mm.
about this book. His
Are there
color
any
is-
comments?
His colorist is dodgy. He's having issues getting it
Well,
done and everything,
excuses.
but it's only
The
2
billion
years old.
colorists out
Which
there.
a lot of the ones that we've looked at have either been not coming to fruition or have been 2 to 3 years late.
I don't think
And-
this is going to be one of those because he's like, this dude seems like a legit dude. What about, okay, hold on. Because I'm gonna fucking play devil's advocate on this one because I like this guy. I didn't like this comic, but I like the guy. So I'm gonna give him this benefit of the doubt and say, read the comments and see if there are people complaining about it, other than just the updates. You know what I mean?
Let me check.
Yeah, maybe there are bad comments or people complaining about it. If no one's complaining about it, then maybe
There's only 7
maybe there's no
comments
need for
on this
updates.
campaign.
All right, so what's the most recent comment?
I recently moved to another state. How do I contact you?
Okay,
Can we get an update on the project?
well, that's fair.
Is there anything you can share with us? Update,
Fair.
please. It would be
That's
really
fair.
cool to get an update.
And what are
How's
the
this
timelines
project coming
compared to the
along?
last update? So
Any new updates?
Oh, it's the last
are
one
you
that asked
still
for an
alive?
update. What's the last comment? What time frame was the last comment that asked for an update?
Last comment was 2025 November.
And what does it say?
I recently moved to another state. How do I
All
contact
right,
you?
go down right there. Where is the last update on this project? What time
Where
frame is
can we
that?
get updates on this project? Because it's obviously not here. Please update.
And what is the time frame?
That was of May of 2025.
All right. So when was the last update? After that, so when was the actual last update?
The actual last update was November. There was no update. This is just the updated comment. This
These
is
are
from
the
Guy
comments.
Fiorentino.
What I'm saying is now jump to the updates after
There's
that
no
comment.
update. Zero updates.
Yeah, but when there are no updates at all,
There are
So
no
he
updates to show, Peter.
he has never updated this book. That's a problem.
You go into you go into that comment section with the expectation that you ain't getting an answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at is you
Well,
go to
that's
the
if you
comments.
don't know Sean, and you don't know that he's on Joe's channel, though, right?
What I'm saying is
constantly.
But what I'm getting at, Jake, is that if you're not watching the show, then you're going to leave a comment.
Yeah,
and if you leave a comment, then you would expect an update. And so there are zero updates based off the comments, which clearly don't watch the show because he talks about it in the show. These people aren't watching the show, so they want an update, and they're not getting it because there are zero updates to this campaign, which has been out for a few years. That's my criticism for this campaign. And it has nothing to do with the artwork or I actually like the artwork. It has nothing to do with the book itself. It has nothing to do with the campaign. It has to do with updates, customer service.
Why are there only 7 comments? The title literally says to tell them to type 1.
That's a good one, Mo.
But anyway, so I'm still looking forward to this book. Type 1, I actually backed a couple times because I spent $70 on this one. Okay.
Wow.
I like Sean.
Yeah.
I like the cover. Sean too. And it's an interesting idea because it has to do with type 1 diabetes and stuff like that.
I don't like the idea because of that.
I understand that, but I'm just saying I get it because I came from the same mind when I made Cobalt.
That's fair.
I'm missing 4 fingers. It's some kind of ability, say that it's what do you call it?
No, there's nothing. I could say it's a whatever, but it doesn't matter. That's why you made your character that way. That's why he made his character that way. That is not enough to sell me on a book. Cobalt was because Cobalt looks really fucking cool.
I appreciate it, but I'm just saying I think type 1 looks good too. Of course, it has that Blue Beetle look.
It looks cool.
Some kind of Sentai.
Sorry, I had to
Power
step away
Ranger,
for a second. So
Beetle
we're talking about
type
Blue Beetle.
thing. I get it. It's fine.
No. We're talking about okay, hold on. To reiterate here for Stanley. This book was created. It looks fucking phenomenal. The artwork looks fucking great. Colors look great so far.
I see what you did there.
The problem is the character. The problem that I have is the reason I didn't back it. The characters. It's called Type 1 is the name of the book. It's about somebody who has type 1 diabetes who has a superhero, right? I don't think type 1 diabetes plays into the hero. Like he doesn't have superpowers because
it plays into the suit and all that stuff.
He's able to have superpowers because he's type 1 diabetic.
I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it plays into the story.
Oh, so his character is based off the idea of a type 1 diabetic because the creator is type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
Right? And that when I heard that, I was almost instantly put off on the idea. Even though I like the artwork, it doesn't look something unique or interesting. Like it does look like I'm gonna get a play off of this character and this character and this character for the mainstream. So I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to read a book about that? I'm not being sold on anything yet. Jake is comparing it to his character, Cobalt. Oh, what's Mo saying? Hold on. I can't read that because Mo's in my way. What's he saying there? Cobalt may look cool to the average comic reader, but what about the niche furry market? What has Jake done for them? Well, funny you should ask.
Hey, that's a conversation for a different episode.
Because that's Brother Kit right here.
I created Brother Kit. You can go sign up for it right now.
Go sign up for it right now. Your furry fantasies will be fulfilled.
And no, these are not actual
You gotta
furries.
put that, bro. That's a fucking seller. Your furry fantasies will be fulfilled, bro. That's a fucking slinger right there.
I wouldn't mind that T-shirt.
I swear to God.
Yes, I'm gonna make it whether you fucking do it or not. I'm gonna make it on fucking Spreadshirt.
I'm
gonna
making it
your
right now. As we
furry
speak.
fantasies will be fulfilled, and I'm gonna put it on Spreadshirt, and I'm gonna sell it.
I'm doing it.
I'm gonna
right
make
now.
money off your characters, Jake.
I swear to God. Just give me an incentive.
Brother Kit, your furry fantasies will be fulfilled.
There you go. Go sign up for Brother Kid on Indiegogo. But anyway, yeah. Sign up for Brother Kid on Indiegogo. This is one of my books after Cobalt 1 and 2. I did something different, and I'll be working on Cobalt 3.
I think it's pretty cool.
So
I think it's actually pretty cool.
Go get on it. But anyway, we can go back to Type 1.
You're putting Type 1 on the list of campaigns that have not been fulfilled.
Right.
Because of how long it's been.
This one, I backed this one a couple times because I like Sean.
Yeah,
I like
the
idea.
Sean too.
It connected with me because it was kind of the same aspect of why I created Cobalt. So I wanted to back it and show my support. He's still working on it. He's having issues with the colors or whatever. He updates on Joe's show, but he doesn't do it on
Joe
the campaign.
Sontag.
That is an issue.
As Joe likes to be called, Ronin Joe, but we don't call him Ronin Joe. We call him Joe Sontag.
This next one,
Sontag.
I was a huge fan of the
it.
first issue, and I am glad to say that Chapter 2 is getting to the finish line, but it still hasn't fulfilled yet. This is Star Circuit issue 2.
Now that's a fairly recent one, isn't it? I just remember back supporting this one a year ago.
Star Circuit 1 was around 2021. That's around the same time that me
and
Joe
did
our campaigns.
It's that old? 2021?
Yeah, Star Circuit 1, yeah.
Okay, Chapter 2. This is Chapter
2. Chapter 2 fully funded on May of 2024. Okay. So this was just a year old and some change.
That's a year old. I do remember talking about Star Circuit too. That's not so bad. A year?
You see, in the indie circuit, that life happens. Joe got married. He got a house. I think he has a kid now. And he works an actual job. So it makes it difficult to get an actual schedule going to get it done. But Jeremy's a good friend of his. He says his colorist left halfway through it, so he had to finish the colors.
Okay.
It's going to print soon. So a little over a year out. That happened to me on Cobalt issue 2. I have no qualms about that.
That's for Type 1, right?
Updates down here. Down here, he's updated. His last update was October of this year. So check it out. 99% complete, almost ready to go. And he even gives like a little.
Well, I love these, by the way. All creators watching, I, as a backer, love these that I can keep track of. And I'd actually like it more if it had dates on it so that I could keep track of, I can look at the beginning and see that was 20 whatever, and then I can look down at the colors and look at whatever date that was 100% complete, and then be like, okay, I can kind of gauge the timeline here.
Right.
As somebody who has money invested in something, I would like to be able to keep track of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I love these things here. I like it.
He updates people, and that's a good thing.
Yeah,
he lets people know.
Thing.
Now, I don't ever check my fucking emails. As a matter of fact, I never look.
You don't. I fucking email you twice a day. You never respond.
I don't look at updates, and I don't look at my emails. I just wait for the book to come. And if it's been a while, and I'm like, where the hell is Amarok? Where the hell is? Then I'll go and look it out. I'm not sitting here at my keyboard just waiting for the shit to be late or be at my front door. I give it time because I understand it after my own, trials and errors when I did Cobalt 2. So that's fine. He's updating his customers. That's good.
There is a thing about getting a book you forgot about.
That this book has been funded. So wiggle room.
And there is something to be said from low tier books that you backed it. It's not something you're super hyped about, but you're kind of you backed it because it was cool. And then you get it randomly in the mail one day and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot I even backed that book. That's cool. Yeah. And then you read it and you're like, damn, that's fucking cool, man. That's actually a fun surprise. That's that'll brighten your day, no matter what kind of day you had.
And lastly, that we're looking at is the Embrace 2.
Yep.
Now
Yep,
this is from
yep.
Michael Odin, good buddy of mine. We talk on the phone, we chit chat. He hits me
Embrace
up on Facebook
One
Messenger.
was fucking awesome.
I enjoyed Embrace One, and I backed this one on 3 different platforms, man. I backed it here on Indiegogo. I backed it on Fund My Comic. I backed it on Kickstarter because I want those covers. Plus, I'm going to share them out with other people that weren't able to back it because that's what I do. And so,
you back
Embrace
top
2,
notch,
I'm
top
looking
tier
forward
shit.
to it.
You sent me a copy of this book. I didn't
Yeah, I
back
did.
the first copy. You sent me one, and I was like, damn, The Embrace is a really like awesome title for this book.
Yeah.
The story is great. The
So
artwork
let's see.
is fucking great. So what's the deal
This
with
thing
this second
funded
issue?
in July of 2024. Okay. Funded normally at the fulfillment date, it was $10,000. After that, made $1,200 more.
An extra
on it.
$1,000.
Cool.
Okay.
Now,
That was a year ago.
that was a year ago.
Where
Check
we
it
at
out.
on the
There's
updates?
updates. Look at that.
No updates.
Pencils are complete.
Complete.
That's back in October of this year. So his artist is
an
actually
update.
Dean James, Comics Mate, right? He's come in here a couple times.
Yeah,
He got his own channel and everything. Life happened for Dean. He's having issues. His job just got cut or whatever. So he's having problems trying to get the book out too. But we know this shit because we interact with him, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
The first book was really good. So
Yes.
I actually hold out hope. Even if I hadn't heard from him, the first book was so well done. I would actually hold out hope for a very long time for the book like this because it's a really cool idea. This is a book that actually needs to be on the shelf in comic book stores. This is one that I actually say that needs to be on the shelves.
Jeremy says, great book. He even got the plushie that was on the campaign. That's awesome.
They had a plushie? That's cool. Yeah, man, this is a really cool idea. I have a few suggestions I would make towards this book, and I think I might have made it to him in the back rooms. But
let's see.
Take it or leave it. But that's a cool book. It's a cool idea, and I like this book. And I didn't know that there was anything going on with this book. Personally, it's totally within the realm of like in production for me.
Oh yeah, Dean had to redraw most of this book because of hardware failure. Fuck.
Oh, that sucks.
That does suck.
Downside of drawing digital, back up everything. Yes. Genuine,
that's why you get authentically physical draw.
You've been here or not, but appreciate you being here.
How did Ali put it? That's why you got a authentic physical drawing or whatever she put it.
Yeah.
Right, and then you put those in a lockbox and you don't let them flood with the rest of the house.
Let's see. There may have also been some delays because Ogden got married. Yes, he did. He just moved into his house with his wife too.
Hey, man,
and they're having some issues also because he had to go and take out a GoFundMe to help out with some stuff that's going on with his wife. So
honestly, he had to come to terms.
Like I said, life comes at you, and when you're in the indie circuit, it's not a fucking job. It's a hobby and it's a side project. So things happen. I get it.
That's pretty fucking funny, Mo.
But that was the whole reason for this stream, because on both sides, whether you're CG or whether you're outside of it, you see campaigns that might be 5 years out, might be 4 years out. 3, 2, 1. Who gives a damn? If you're updating and you're able to see the creator create the book, then guess what? You can reach out to them. They can update you. If they're not updating you on the campaign, maybe it's happening on the stream. But if it's not happening at all, like Caius, Blood and Stone by Ryan Cardinal, Stefani Renee with Thomas Moira, Wizard for Hire, Door Kickers, Death Raider. Go fuck yourself, Rob Hunter.
Death Raider is one of the most disappointing. Death Raider is
one of Light and Pain 2 that hasn't taken place yet, but there's also Spring Ball that hasn't taken place yet. But both of those were early this year.
Nah, Spring Ball is brand new.
They were both early this year, so they
don't count
with how far they go out.
Like for example, I just backed fucking Devil Flyer by Rex, right? Over Devil Flyer. Now that book's been going on for a minute, but I just recently backed it. that book should be coming out pretty soon. Like, to be fair, that book, I've been hearing about that book for a bit. That book should be coming out pretty soon. I backed the Second Chance campaign. So let's go, Rex. Let's get this book going on. But that book is still well within like the boundaries of like acceptability, because this guy's on air every single day, so twice a day. If you have an issue with that book, you can contact him. That's the same with Ethan Van Sciver. That dude is on air every fucking day. Like he, you hear people saying, well, why isn't he drawing? Because if he's drawing, you're going to start complaining that he's not on air enough. He's not promoting the book enough. That's a catch-22. You're going to have people like eventually become Dungeoneers because he's not promoting them because he's too busy drawing.
He's not putting you up on a pedestal and letting you use
look what happens with the Comics Gate Kings room.
Hey,
he's like, these guys aren't fucking doing anything in my show, so they're out. Liam Gray fucking just embarrassed himself by a fake suicide video, and then guess what? That's unprofessional. I want you out. And then everybody's throwing a goddamn fit because he's throwing people out of his room because he wants to keep it professional.
Look, you can love me or hate me after I made this comment, but Liam is a Rob Hunter. He's a fucking pussy when it comes down to it. Okay,
I like Liam though. He's funny.
Oh, he's funny. He's cool.
He's funny. He's cool. I don't know if he should be in King's room. And after that suicide video, fuck that, Liam. Fuck that. That was bullshit. But you're a funny fucking guy, and I appreciate
tonight
the tenacity for keeping you around.
I have not had fulfill on my list so far, right? And that's just on Indiegogo. I've had campaigns that I've backed on Kickstarter. There's campaigns that I've backed on Fund My Comic.
Yeah,
Peter, do you want to go first?
Oh man. Okay. Now I've got a list too, but I don't want to spend all night long because actually we have the similar list. The oldest book that I'm waiting on is fucking Black Flag, which I honestly was like, however long it takes, bro. Who could say? However long it takes. I was fine with however long it fucking was going to take. I understand you got fucking a problem here, you got a problem there. For years, you got a new problem, and I'm fine with that. The problem is, I'm over here being like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you got a new problem. You moved. I get it. You moved. Oh, now you got a neck problem. You got a physical fucking, I get it. That's all good, man. Yeah, I understand. You moved, and then you got fucking physical problem. Oh, now you got a mental problem. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But then you start attacking me. You start attacking Comicsgate. When you fucking start going off and be like, throat goat, he's the best guy, because you got a personal beef with him, you make a jackass out of yourself. Fuck Fragaboom and that bullshit. Then you're going to start attacking fucking Shane Davis at conventions. Fuck you, man. Like, I was supporting you up to the very fucking minute that your children were fucking throat goating with fucking pepper. Oh, it's just pepper, right? Pepper on pizza. Pepper on fucking pizza, right? Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, keep your book. Keep my money, man. I'm a fucking idiot for supporting you. Fuck you. That's the one that really fucking pisses me off is Fragaboom, because I really fucking supported that guy. Even if he disappeared for years, he keep my money. Just make the fucking book. I'm happy, right? Until your fucking children told me you're a fucking jackass. So fuck you. I don't even have enough beer. God damn it. I drank enough beer. I need another beer, Jake. I've got more. You know what? Cecil told me I'm never going to get that book, and I backed it anyways. And then guess what? I got that book eventually, and it pissed me off. I was like, Cecil promised me I was never going to get that book, but I got it. I got the book.
Oh, man.
Rob Hunter was the first time I actually got so pissed off I had to go out there and just start talking shit.
Rob Hunter was the eyes wide open shit, dude.
You're out here begging for $50,000, saying this is supposed to fund my lifestyle. Go
right before fucking Fragaboom.
Okay, if you want $50,000, get your ass out there and start promoting your goddamn book. All right. So, now look, you have issues at home.
Hold on, Jake.
Go fund my comic, not Indiegogo. That's GoFundMe. Go fuck yourself until you do GoFundMe. Okay,
go fuck me, fund me. Stanley, what's up?
Fuck me. So, just a little update here. We were talking a little bit ago about the your furry fantasies fulfilled T-shirts. They are now available. I just dropped a link in the chat, so anybody who wants to get their hands on a Your Furry Fantasies Fulfilled t-shirt, they are now available. Go ahead.
At One Studios, I'm not
And
pissed off, dude.
You can get stickers too.
As soon
I
as
do need more. I do need more beer, though. I'm gonna go get more. Look at the comments. Breathe, Peter. More beer. Peter's still pissed off for I get on his kids'
beer.
Oh, fuck you, bitch. I'm getting more fucking beer. All right. I'll be right back.
Here, buddy. But when it was on Twitter, when he showed that god-awful lettering on that page of Death Raider, and I said, oh, man, somebody sure could use Eric Weathers right now. And then he sends me 5 fucking paragraphs of just whining like a little bitch.
Yeah, that's just it. You take your lumps, man. Like, suck it up.
Go check it out. But come on, man. And then another one I know I'm never going to see is Stefani Renee's Thomas Moira. And that pissed me off more than Rob Hunter, because after that, and he started getting back into click of making cover art and stuff. I asked him, hey, can you do this commission for me for my book, Brother Kit? Paid him half up front for the line art. Didn't even complete the fucking line art. This is a year ago. Guess what? He's back up on Facebook groups asking, hey, I can do commissions for you for this price or whatever. So I text him and I'm like, hey, how about you finish my goddamn commission first before you start pouting out to other people? Haven't heard back from him. You can see on Instagram it says seen. So I go out on Facebook and I say it to the groups because everybody's liking it. So I say, hey, how about you finish up my commission from a year ago? Waiting for a reply on those.
I'm back with another beer. I'm sorry, Jake.
I'm so tired of all these goddamn creators
interrupt you again.
acting like fucking little sensitive artists when it comes to being in their court.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
The sensitivity,
like artists, is fucking there's always been an element of like being a diva as an artist. Like we've dealt with that the entire,
I'm since being the very first time we look at me. I'm drinking and I'm bitching and complaining.
God. Hey, okay. Right, so look behind me. These panels right here, when you put them all together, let's see here, right there. Those 4 panels. If you put them together, that's roughly 4 feet by 8 feet, right? I did a drawing once that was 4 feet by 8 feet, roughly around that same size. And it was a bunch of naked women. It was at a bar for a long time.
And a naked Peter.
It might have been a naked Peter in there as well. I'm explaining because this guy came up to me and wanted to buy that piece. And he was like, how much for that piece? I was like, $1,100. It was like photorealism, bunch of naked women. I painted the fucking thing with charcoal in my fingertips. Yeah, like it was a very well done piece. And it was like lacquered and it was like a professional piece. I'm like $1,100, and he's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna go to the ATM. I want to get that piece because I want to lick that fucking thing." And I was like, "Whatever, bro. Give me $1,100. You do whatever you want. You can fuck that fucking picture. I don't give a shit." And so when it comes to art sensitivity, there are people who are like, "Wait a minute, you dare want to lick my piece of artwork? Like, how dare you?" I'm like, "Bro, $1,100. You can." Whatever you want to that fucking piece. I don't care. It's art. It's money. It's great. I fucking appreciate that you like it. But I'm not going to get offended because you want to be some fucking creep or whatever, right? Like if I'm going to talk shit about somebody's artwork, I'm not really talking shit. I like to critique artwork. It's not talking shit though. I'm comparing it to like top-notch art. What did he say? I missed it. What did I say? I'm talking and he's
talking.
How
much for that piece? I said $1,100. I want to lick that thing. Do whatever you want. You can fuck that thing. Peter neglects to mention the dude was pointing at his ass.
Oh shit! Was he pointing at my ass? $1,100? Damn it!
How many?
I didn't even think about that, Mo. Fuck, that was like 15 years ago. I could be $1,100 richer. That would have changed my life.
He was drunk that night, so
I was drunk that night too. Yes, but I also had a fucking piece of artwork at this place. And
if you're calling your ass a piece of art,
I mean,
no shit.
I mean, it's like a sculpture, bro. You sculpt that fucking thing. You know, it is a work of art. $1,100. That's fair. That's totally fair. I was like, what, 15 years ago? I was like in my like 20s.
I wanna lick your booty.
I swear to God. But that's the thing, dude. The people that bitch about one side are doing the exact same goddamn thing. Sure, Ethan's book is 5 years out. Guess what? Fraggle left. He's now on the other side, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
His
but
book,
Fraggle will
5
be
years
fine.
out. We got other people
is not
going to
be missing out on money because
that aren't part of it. There are people on here that are 2 years, 3 years out that left. Who gives a damn? It happens on both sides of the court. Quit your fucking bitching. Get back to making your fucking goddamn book and get the fuck off my stream. I'm done. We're out.